who is the People's Choice, and we have the lovely Kylie Dalbridge, who is the second People's Choice. So I'm going to disappear, and these two are going to run the show a bit later.
Mark's going to be having a piss every 5 minutes. And as promised...
You all didn't think I was going to do it.
But he has.
I am genuinely going to piss myself throughout the show to prove how undignified this actually fucking is. You know? Just let me go to the toilet. Don't make me wear fucking nappies. I know. I will go to the toilet once every fucking show, you know? So once every 210 episodes that we've gone through, I have pissed over somebody's track. For nearly 5 years, and one person gets pissy.
Can I do a speech?
You can, yeah, absolutely.
It bothers me that he was so upset by this.
Yep, I agree.
Implies that he thinks that we are judges. We're not judges. No. Do you know what I mean? We're a bunch of Bristol layabouts.
Yes.
Who are promoting other people's music.
Yes.
By just putting this on a regular basis. Yeah. We're not judging anybody.
No.
So if we happen to be ignoring your track, that doesn't matter because everybody else who's on the URL
is talking about it. Yeah, absolutely.
This is where the promoters, this is where the organisers, this is where the other musicians are. Yeah. I'm not a musician. No. I hold my hand up.
Neither am I.
I'm a dabbler. Yeah. But I'm not a musician. Yeah. So don't get offended if we ignore your track. Yeah. Because we really don't matter.
No.
That's all.
Somebody put it. I think it was Eric M. Keys. He was like, so when you go to a club, do you just dance for the entire fucking 8 hours? You don't talk to your friends, kind of thing. You know, you miss so many tracks by like interacting with people. And so now we are here. This is where we are.
Look what you done.
Yeah, look what's happened. Look.
We have to put up with this now. Oh God.
Look at the fucking state of this. Honestly, for fuck's sake.
Seriously, I've only just gotten over one illness.
Yeah, so I must point out at this point that Carly has had coronavirus for the past week, and literally this is the first time for the past 10 days, 8 days, whatever it is.
Yeah, this is it.
Negative.
So
Twice.
To be negative.
Yeah.
Once I am free, I am legally free, so fuck the government, fuck everybody. If I'm allowed out again, I want to play.
I can totally understand. Literally, she came in, she was like, humans. Oh my God, humans.
Seriously, I've never been so happy to see human beings in my entire life.
And we haven't shut up since.
Yeah, literally. Literally, you saw us. I put us live on camera, but didn't put the vocals on because these two were just bikes and this and Gundams and Anyway, I don't even. Oh no, it's right to the beginning. There we go. That's never going to happen for us, ever. So this is the shout out. A lot of people seem to be having problems of finding where it is. It's on the .live, clownfest.live website. Oh yeah, honestly, I came in and I went and did a little bit of work this morning. Came in and my brain is just all over the place. Like I couldn't even walked into the kitchen. What the fuck am I doing in here? It was some tiring work, I can tell you. So there is the shout out, and this is where you pop your comments. It's going to load, and then we're going to get all the comments going in, and la 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 la.
No, that's not going to work. Impossible.
Yep.
Let's face it. In 3 hours' time, we're going to be going. Oh God, no.
Yep, that's correct. And I believe...
We suffer for you.
I suffer for me. I'm in a nappy!
Seriously, I nearly spat out my teeth.
And that was
not something I thought you heard you say before you were 70.
Tell me about it. Like, willingly as well. Not like somebody accosted me to put me in a fucking nappy or anything. Anyway. So if you missed all the hubbub and hullabaloo that was in the group the other day, basically, I went for a wee. Over Matthias's track, and he took it like so badly. And like, dude, if you'd have come to me that day and said, look, that's a bit mean, mate. I'm like, I'd have played your track next week.
Yes.
No, this motherfucker held on to this grudge 3 fucking years, and it wasn't until I made a tiny little joke. He said Mark's not a real clown. I said he's not a real musician. Yeah, and wished death upon me.
For a piss.
Only whilst his track played, and he was like, "Oh, you didn't even listen to it, and you gave it a 7."
So what? Like the rest of the clown army talked about.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying in the group chat. Yeah, for 5 minutes. So that is why.
Don't stop.
That is why we're in a nappy today.
Can I make one other point?
Yeah.
Matthias, if you are watching, look what you have done.
Yeah, look at it. These two poor girls are now.
You're enjoying
He can't.
the party.
I am, yes.
This is the problem. It plays into what he really likes to do.
He's not suffering at all.
No.
It tells you the depth of his psyche.
Yes, it does. It does.
This is your leader.
Yes, it is.
A man that apparently is no clown. Big fucking clown. I've known him for long enough. Trust me, mate. He's a fucking clown.
And at some point tonight, I am genuinely going to piss this nappy.
Oh, God.
Just to show you how fucking undignified it is to do.
So warn me so I can go downstairs and just like.
Literally,
take our mind off it.
If I stop mid-sentence
and just look into the distance,
you know it's happening.
Yes,
then that's the point at which we would run out into the corridor and howl.
Look out for a wet patch by his feet. Stop doing that.
Although it's not happening right now. Shall we actually get on with what we're supposed to be doing here?
Play some music?
Yeah, shall we? Should we stop talking about nappies now? By the way, I'm well happy to have both of you in on the show. The public love you two. You two have awesome banter. I cannot wait for this to unfold.
That's the whole point of it.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, as I said, we're not here to judge. We're just here to talk crap.
Yeah.
You thought it was bad that you went for a piss during your track. We're going to talk over it.
No, that's Jim's job.
Oh!
Evening, Jim.
Carly, could you put your mic a touch closer?
Really?
Yeah, you've got the mic that's very, very quiet. So look,
Also, one's covered in
1, 2, 1, 2. I hit the yellow. Go 1, 2.
1, 2. Oh wow.
Yeah,
You really
see?
can't hear
Yeah,
me. That's a good thing.
You're just gonna have to shout.
You don't want to say.
Oh, that is a pain. I'm going to have to order a new one. Anyway, we're into the first track, and it is Leif from Love and Anarchy Sound Systems.
Leif! I hear some techno.
Yeah, this is definitely techno. I'm wondering what I can do to make you a little bit louder. Just so that people can hear you. Very, very quiet now. Try again. Nothing. Alright, we're going to get back in that one then. And I might have to give you a bit more.
My biggest problem is I constantly smoke fags from here, and I'm always worried I'm going to set fire to this little bit of foam.
Yeah.
Do not worry about
I
that.
know that feeling. Especially when there's this fucking makeup.
The whole rest of it.
Which I never thought I'd say at a boy's house.
1, 2.
There's always more makeup than you.
Yeah,
Or that I should say, good evening, this is Clown Army. Carly speaking, how can I help?
Right, so the co-host are on form. I'm in a nappy. Let's do this.
Oh, it's typical Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Fuck, I missed this.
Right, shall I do some introductions to see who's actually in the building?
Yeah.
David Johnson, Alan Crawford, Morgan Juniper, Brainsniff, which I'm guessing is Leif. Mad Dog Malone, Unhinged Filth, Benjamin LeQuenter Sorensen, David Johnson, The Light. The Light says, stop talking over Leif's track. Have you learned nothing? No! Philip's in the building, Eric M. Keys, pleasure to see you, my man. We don't see you that often, and it's lovely to see you when you are actually in the building. Dryby, Charlie Ryan, Rios, Verdroid, God, he's causing so much havoc in the drum and bass group. Will Joseph, Darren Cole,
Good.
Point 2, Inky the Cat.
What? Let me put that down and we can share it.
And there are others, but the names have not come up.
Otherwise, you're just going to stub your cigarette out in my coffee. So I had an ulterior motive. Waiting for a bit of a break at the moment, Leif.
There it is. That's all you're going to get. Yeah. Yeah, I find tracks without a break are just a little bit relentless.
It's great when you're dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you need a break just so you can breathe.
Yep.
And then back again. But yes.
See, that's what I said one of the times I was here, is the fact that it's so different. Like, judging a track when you're sat here
We
like
don't
this.
judge.
Okay, when we talk about a track.
Talk about the track.
Sorry, you're right, we don't judge. When we discuss a track
Discuss, that's it.
in this sort of environment, it's very different. Like, if I was in a nightclub with you guys right now, I'd be like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Yeah.
You know, and I wouldn't give a shit. Whereas sat here, I'm just like, yeah, man, this is really good. But like you say, it needs a bit of a break and stuff. So it's very different.
I mean,
feel very. And also
there was like a.
day you have.
There was a bit of a break. Do you know, you can see that sort of little drop.
Went nowhere though.
But it didn't change much. I'd have liked to see, I'd have liked to see a few elements just taken out a little bit earlier, just to give it a little bit of variation. It's a banging track. I would be up the front dancing with it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But
It was animated.
Solid 8, I think, but we need a break in there just to take it over
I don't even give it numbers, and the fear that I might upset
someone. I know.
bias.
You should give it a number because that might be judgmental.
That's right.
Don't do that.
Don't you change the way I do the fucking URL, you bastard.
No.
Look,
I'm not saying it is. I'm just
You
saying
know, I rarely give
Marks
numbers.
up, yeah.
What I do is say track of the night all the time.
Yeah, literally, it was like the 4 within the first half hour last time. Okay, Leif, yeah, I'm going to stick by my score. Solid 8, needs a break though, a little bit of breath in there, just to make us want the next bit to come back in, you know, rather than just being relentless.
Yeah. But having said that, I'd be up the front dancing to it.
Yep.
And that's what it's for.
Yep.
It
So-
sound amazing through his big rig.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's definitely rig techno.
Oh god, yeah.
So yeah, Leif, just give us a break. You know,
Yeah.
break the track down so that we look forward to the next bit that comes in. Literally, solid 8. Good start to the show.
Oh, yes.
Can I have some feedback on the sound, pretty please, everybody, just so that I know everything is okay? Can you hear all of us? If not, I will try and make it so that you can. Okay, we are now on YouTube for... Oh, Stryby. Now, This guy sent a WeTransfer file to the thread. I'm like, you do realise anyone can download that now? It's like, oh shit, I didn't realise that. I can't delete my comment now.
Oh well, enjoy, folks.
It's free.
Sounds like we're about to hit like Linkin Park. I'm waiting for a big drum break to come in.
Does sound a little bit like it could. Wow. That's a note.
That isn't.
Alright, it's a techno show. We ain't had a techno show in a while.
That's I wasn't expecting that.
I wasn't either.
Nice drive, I was definitely expecting it. Shut us right up. It's kind of all over the show, but it's nice.
It works.
Yeah, it works. Tried so hard and got so far. In the end, it didn't even matter.
Yeah.
But no.
But no. That is a hell of a note. That's over 200 BPM. It's got to be.
Loving that guitar.
What does that say? 250? 260 apparently. 260 BPM, people.
That guitar.
I do like guitar when it's thrown into electronic music. It just adds so
Works so well.
yeah, especially when it's really distorted. It just adds a perfect counterpoint.
It is. Can't get like two types of electric together.
Okay, so Alan Crawford says 2 cats. No, down to 1 cat. Oh, that's possibly the worst score anybody's ever received for about 6 months.
Now that's about 300 BPM.
Yeah.
Excuse me while
I might shit himself.
I'm just going to shudder here.
Okay, excuse me.
It's just shut the track. Yeah.
Got it.
The
Fucking hell.
juxtaposition of insane vocals, screaming guitar, and what I can only describe as excessively fast sort of kick drum worked really well, but I don't know what to do with it because I can't dance to it.
Yeah. That's end of the night stuff.
So that's everybody leave now.
Yeah.
Right,
Let's
okay.
go. Everybody
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Kylie, thoughts?
Hey, yeah. Yeah, I love the vocals.
Yeah.
Really love the vocals. Love the electric guitar. It was a bit all over the place for me, and like you said, I wouldn't know how to. I would literally just be like, I'd be getting into it, and
I'm
then
just
just
gonna
kind of
shut
going,
vibrate.
don't know what to do with myself. But again, in a club environment,
Yeah.
At the end of the evening,
probably be absolutely bloody loving that.
Yeah.
How it's
Yeah.
all over the place and it's really fucking with my head.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me personally, the vocals and the electric
Yeah.
guitar, I love that shit.
yeah.
See, I'm of a completely different opinion. Really didn't like the vocals. For me, I don't like screechy high female vocals.
But it
they've been
depends.
So played to
those
death.
were
Makes you say it's female.
those. I don't think it was.
No, I think it's male.
Yeah, I think it's male.
It might have been
Yeah.
pitched up or something.
It might have been pitched up. It doesn't
Yeah, it
matter.
might have been,
but used in that environment, what you really don't like, let's face it, is
Happy
sweet
hardcore. Yeah,
vocals
yeah.
put in the middle of
Yeah.
electronic tracks.
Yeah.
And that wasn't. That was using the vocals almost like a guitar solo.
Yeah,
It
no,
was
I get
rough.
that. I
It
get
was
that. I
It
get
was like
that.
that screechy.
Hey, wait, you
electric,
didn't let me
yeah.
finish. You didn't let me
Oh,
finish.
for fuck's sake, now he's going to backtrack.
No. I didn't like the vocals. Wasn't too particularly keen on the guitar. Loved the gabba kick, but it all worked.
Yes, it did.
It all worked.
Yeah.
It all came together as a
Yeah.
track. For me, I don't know if I'd buy it. I don't know where I'd listen to it.
Yeah.
But if I was in a club 6 o'clock in the morning, I would 100%.
That would be the
dance.
crescendo,
Yeah.
the sort of final sort of explosion of
Yeah, get
energy
out, get out.
at the end of the night.
And
Yes.
usually what I do is turn the deck off, speed it up, scratch it for a bit, and then tell everybody to fuck off.
Yeah.
That's it. That's how you want to end the night.
Yeah,
right?
that's it.
You know?
'Cause you're ending it on an absolutely insane high
Banger.
point.
Yeah.
I think where you wouldn't want to play it though. If that came on when I was driving the car down the motorway, I'd probably crash.
Yes.
You'd want to turn it over.
Yeah.
Something a bit more
would just-
driving.
Yeah, and if it came on at the start of an evening, I'd be thinking to myself, "Oh God, what the rest of this
Yeah,
evening
I'm
going to be
knackered
like?"
in like 2 hours.
Yeah, if you're walking into a club and that's playing, you know you're in trouble, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so literally from one hardcore to another, literally third track in, and this is going to be bonkers. Unhinged Filth, ladies and gentlemen. Told you. And mastered up the asshole by the sound. That's how fucking loud that is.
Good God, redlining all the way.
Oh, Darren Cole, you're rapidly becoming not my favourite friend. It's so nice to have Linz here to do a proper review. Come back, fuck off. Next piss is for you, sunshine. Oh, God.
Get his nappy out. You see, although this is insane, you can still actually dance to it.
Scott. The kick could be a bit bigger.
Really?
You're now entering the realm of the unhinged filth.
Yeah, I'd like the kick a bit bigger.
Okay, alright. I mean, this reminds me of the DJ producer being Mud Front music. But I understand it and I can move to it.
No, Darren Cole says so easy to wind up, Mark. Honestly. Wait,
What we're here for.
touche.
And then it drops.
When did you become so funny?
Unhinged filth.
Yeah, that was lovely and predictable. Just what I wanted.
Yeah, I fucking hate that.
Oh God, yes.
You're now entering the realm of the unhinged.
I went to the Grove in Seaford nightclub many years ago, and all night that's what the DJ did, just tried to wind us up constantly, and it's like, and he was laughing his head off because he just constantly misplaced the drop.
Yes! High five! Get in!
They called the police on us.
Jesus!
Yeah, we played up. I misbehaved. Oh well.
I'm going to agree with DJ Normal Norman. Low end is a bit thin, but apart from that, good track, and that is why usually he gets a 9. For me, I'm just going to slide it under a bit and give it 8.5. The bass was thin. The bottom end was thin.
It's always difficult to know whether the bass is thin because we're not listening to it on a big rig.
Yeah. I did give us a little bit more volume.
Okay, I would agree that the kick was a little bit of a click rather than it was a bit compressed.
Yeah.
But I also don't like those type kicks.
Yeah.
After a while, that boo, 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 boo,
Yeah.
it just it makes your head sort of rock like you're inside a big bell.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree.
So maybe that was a little bit too far towards the clicky side, but that was it. That's the only thing I would say. Apart from that, is exactly what it says on the box.
Exactly.
Mental.
David Johnson gave it a 9. Eric M. Key says strong mix. Paul Flange gave it a 7.5.
And there was some good slow down and make you wait for it, but then it came in at exactly the right moment.
Yeah. Perfectly predictable.
Perfectly
Rios
predictable.
says the track is named after your diaper, Mark. Drop the shit down.
Yeah.
don't.
No,
No.
God's
Why do you
Anybody,
have to encourage him?
if you mention it, it's coming out. I can't wait to take photographs from this. It's a thank you shot tomorrow. Oh, I think I'm coming out. So, Carly, did you want to say anything about that one?
No, I just.
Yeah. Also, it's very nice to see that Unhinged Filth has gotten his ass on Bandcamp, and you can now buy his tracks. I know that this was one of the things that he hasn't done and is now doing. So if you want to go over and find some hard tracks, that is the place to do it. So yeah.
Hard.
I'm worried to be a photographer.
Oh dear.
Take a picture of my nappy, innit?
No.
Take a picture of my nappy! Right, now I think we could
Now
be...
there's a sentence that is
I
brand new.
never wanted to hear from my dear friend Mark ever in my entire life.
Why
I
not?
vouch for this.
Why
This is
not?
it.
I have never wanted to. What do you mean? Why
You're
not?
so mean!
I've known you for a long time, Mark. Take a picture
Of my nappy.
Of my nappy.
It's not
do
something you want to hear.
It's not. It's just not.
I've never had anybody say it to me, and I'd like to. Okay, so next up, David Johnson. I was kind of hoping this was going to be hardcore. I noticed that he's put about 6 tracks in the URL group this week. Actually, I'm thinking about changing the URL name to Unsigned Review Live meme group, sprinkled with liberal tracks from David Johnson. It's literally what I'm going to call the URL thing, I think.
Is there an acronym for that?
There might be now.
Oh dear. I know. You don't have to watch. That's the thing. Excuse me while I avert my eyes.
No,
Oh dear, no. Oh dear. This is terrific.
Oh, there it
This
is.
is track, I'm liking this.
This is dub.
Yeah, I'm liking the dub. Like, this is why I miss the last place.
Too slow.
No, you don't seem to understand. The whole point of dub is to just sit there and nod your head. No.
It's too slow. Inky the Cat says, nothing surprises me about Mark. Funny as. Thank you. Does that mean you want to see my diaper again?
Oh God.
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't.
Again, it's nice to see David Johnson reaching out into a genre that he doesn't really do. Usually it's like 90s house and techno. Now we've got some dub coming out, and we had some hardcore the other week.
I like that synth line. The distorted synth line.
Yeah.
Because it adds a bit of filth.
Grit. Yeah.
Which is a bit dubsteppy without that silly dubstep rhythm that often they put in.
Yeah, they just seem to make every single track sound the same.
Yes. Apart from crowd control.
Can we all slap that like button, please?
Just insane.
And maybe do a little share. I'm going to do some shares
It's the only
now.
dubstep track I like. Have you heard Sterling Moss's remake of it? That's the Techno remake.
Does he? I might have to find that.
It's called Don't Fuck Around.
Oh, yes. Eric M. Keys has already taken the shot for us. Eric M. Keys,
For posterity.
you're awesome. There's me and my nappy.
Thank you so much for doing that, because that means I don't have to go and get my camera out of the car and actually play photography.
Photograph my nappy!
Right, okay. If I have to photograph your nappy, if I have to go and get my camera, my professional camera, to go and take a picture of you in this nappy, you are fucking paying me for once. I ain't doing that shit for free anymore.
Does that make you my dom?
No, that makes you I'm your photographer, and you will pay me, and I will be professional. And I will maybe have to close my eyes and censor that,
Just
you know,
randomly point the camera.
Exactly, and hope that I get
click,
something,
Click,
you know.
click, click. One of those is going to be all right.
well, to be fair, that's how some modern art's made these days. So
Yeah,
fuck
it's
it.
true.
Let's see what we can do. Fuck.
Well, I'm going to let the co-host talk about this one.
I like dub.
Yeah.
In the right environment, dub is exactly what you need. Hot summer afternoon, dancing all the previous night. You don't want to just sit on a grassy bank and just let it wash over you. And that's great because it also had a bit of filth in it, which worked because sometimes dub can be so, what's the word, suppressed.
Yeah.
That it's almost, it feels like treacle.
Yeah.
And that didn't. That had that sparkle in it with the
it had
filth.
light to it. Yeah. I completely agree with that.
So, as dub goes, yes.
No, I'm loving it. I love a bit of dub. Liking the bass line. Everything, yeah. Like you say, it was perfect for it. It wasn't too kind of heavy, where it just gets a bit kind of just like, oh, this is a bit much.
Yeah.
And it's just like kind of almost brings the mood down. It helps to keep the mood up, but at the same time being nice and chill.
And you could almost wind to that. Do you know what I mean? You could actually dance to it.
You could actually dance to that, definitely.
Do you want someone on the mouse? I'll just go and disappear. No, David.
You invited us on for a reason.
Yeah, this is it. Literally, I can go and panic poop all the time. No. Yeah, David Johnson. It's really nice to see you doing other styles of music. Your hardcore stuff's going down an absolute treat, and it would seem that your dub stuff's going down a treat as well. Yeah. For me, I'm not that into dub, so it's literally unfair for me to give you a mark. And I know that sometimes when I have given marks that are low, people have taken it personally. It's just like we're not judges. It's just personal, As Lindsay said, it's just literally just personal taste. Personal taste.
We're here to play these tracks so you lot can listen to it.
Yeah.
And some of you are gonna like it.
Yes.
You aren't.
So it's falling around like a 707 for me on that one.
Another cigarette.
Production's high. David Johnson always produces to a high quality of standard, and that is it, again with this one. Track moved along nicely, but dub just literally it passes me by. It's the kind of stuff that you listen to with your friends, like you say, on a sunny day, but you don't pay attention to it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
it just kind
nice
of
about it.
yeah, exactly. Just kind of disappears into the background.
But you can also
you just nod your head to it.
Yeah, but you can also focus on it as well if you want to. If the conversation lulls, that's what's quite nice about it.
Yes.
It's a good silence filler.
And those
But better than that.
rolling bass lines, the way they sort of wander about sometimes, and then they repeat and they wander about. And actually, you can sort of that's what I like about a lot of dub. Yeah, that's it. The bass line actually takes you. It's like a very gentle roller coaster.
Yeah, but it's almost like your body movements are just like it just feels completely natural to the track that's happening. It's like you say, you just kind of find yourself kind of going. Oh. So yeah.
8-minute long track.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's see how it goes.
Let's see how the intro is.
Oh yeah, one more share and I'm done. Oh, I didn't expect that at all.
Nice. Reminds me of Osric Tentacles.
I never listened to much.
Oh right. Okay.
Yeah, I never listened to much. Again, it's too slow for me.
You lie in bed with the lights off. Listen to Osric's. Drift off into sleep.
There would be a knot in my tummy at that point. Literally.
Why?
I can't listen to music like that. For me, music is an energetic thing and should be treated as an energetic thing. And it all depends on how you view music, I know.
You one-track person.
Yeah, literally, 110%. That's why I like acid techno so much, because it's the same tune when they started producing as it is fucking today.
Yes, it's just slight variations.
Yeah.
But this is very Osric Tentacles, and it's very much what I was listening to back in the late 90s to put myself into a really relaxed mood so I could actually sleep, even though I was dying from crippling anxiety at the time. I had a heavy job, and it was great just to be able to wind down with stuff like this.
Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely like come down, chill out music.
Yeah. And I think this is the point. For me, there's so many different types of music, and they all have their place in my life.
Yeah, exactly. It all depends on what kind of mood you're in as well.
And what environment you're in.
Yeah, because I've got 6 CDs of mixed up different styles of tracks and stuff, and literally there'll be days where I'm skipping through a certain amount and listening to one, so other days where I'm like, no, I want to listen to this one, so it's all relative. normality almost. And that's what music can do, but everybody does it differently.
That was really good.
Oh, my eyesight is that bad. That was 3
I was
minutes.
going to say that was 8 minutes. I mean, I know we talked a lot, but that wasn't 8 minutes.
No, that wasn't 8 minutes.
I was sat in and waiting for the rest of the tune.
But
that is it. That's it.
Yeah, that was it.
That's it. And actually, if you listen properly to it, you'll find that there are loads and loads of different layers to it.
Yeah.
And the second time you listen to it, you'll hear little tiny things in the distance and such like, and that can take you on a journey with your eyes closed, lying in bed at 11 o'clock at night, thinking, I've got to get rid of this crippling anxiety.
Oh, that would just induce more anxiety in me. Yeah, it's
but you
horrible.
used to be a chef,
Yeah.
so I think you function in a high stress environment.
I do, yeah.
I don't.
For 14 years,
Yeah.
you know, it's been ingrained in me that you do everything quickly. You know, I hate it when I get into a kitchen and people are fannying around with stuff, and it's like, I could have done that in half the time. Like, literally half the time. I would have made more mess, but...
God, we're sat here with Gordon fucking Ramsay in a nappy.
What? Yeah, fucking... What are you doing with your tracks? Get your fucking tracks out of there. That's limp as fuck, for fuck's sake. What are you doing?
I'm so sorry.
Okay, so for me, nice ambient. Unfortunately, ambient kind of just misses me by. Produced well, done really nicely. But I can say that this week, right now, because there are other people on the show that actually like, you know, get this kind of music.
Yes.
So I don't have to be, you know, fake and false about my you know, like for me, it just didn't hit me because I don't know where I'd listen to it. Carly?
Oh, I loved it. Nice and chill. I like it. No,
So there's 2 thumbs up and a maybe from me.
You can appreciate the artistry that went into the track.
Yeah.
And
It
that's the
sounded
point.
beautiful.
You have to disengage your particular tastes and actually analyse.
Not tonight.
Yeah, but that's
God.
why, you know how when I was here once and you said that's what was good about my opinion is because I don't make music that was really good because I'm listening to it from just purely like, I don't know how it's made, I don't know what was put into it, whereas you guys do. It's the same thing. If you're not into this, you can still...
Appreciate it.
Yeah, because you know probably what went into making that. I have no clue what went into making that. All I know is it
there was
sounds
a
good.
drum machine, a synthesizer.
But that's what I'm saying. Is so you can appreciate the effort that's gone into putting into that. So
Yeah.
you can break it down like you're saying in that sense. Whereas I'm just sat here kind of going, I
do know how to make it. I just can't.
You're more fucking likely than I am.
Lindsay's computer blew up. She bought it a year ago and it
God.
blew up.
Just out of warranty.
Yeah, I didn't want to say anything when she was on the show last time because I know, right? Oh. It's so.
And I have so much trouble actually sort of sitting down and learning something new anyway. And this is like just forget it. I'm just going to have my motorbike today. I'm never going to make another piece of music in my life.
Come on, Clown Army. We need to find her a replacement.
No, that's the whole point. I need to just walk away from it for a while. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I need to just stop. I've packed everything away. I haven't sold it. I've just packed everything away, and I'm going to have a break. And then when the pain resides, pain, whatever,
subsides.
That's the word. Oh my God!
Wow.
You've got my disease. I passed it on.
I'm getting my words murdered. I mean, words muddled. Oh my God! I can no longer spook.
Okay, so next up, LJ Harvey, Conspicuous Groove. Yeah, Lee Harvey is one of the greatest electro producers that we've got that put into our show. And look, we're gonna get a break. We're gonna get a break, and we might get another one just there as well. So I'm hoping that this bit here is gonna be mental. Already, noise selection great, everything's in its own place, it's got its own space. Nothing I don't like about it at the moment.
It's 4/4 time, but it's got quite a significant groove in it, which makes it quite funky.
And he does that really well.
I like the way the bass line goes forwards and then back, forwards and then back.
Yeah.
It's swing.
Yeah.
Have you seen Lee's studio as well? Yeah. Oh, it's fucking insane, this guy. He built his own studio about 3 years ago, and literally within about 6 months he had it full. Yeah, he's got 707, Hydrosynth, he's just bought a Rev 2. Honestly, this man has just the most amazing kit.
I had a power cut at my house and there was a big spike and it actually melted. power supply, the motherboard, everything.
Another good reason why I've got a breaker on my breakers and I unplug everything when I leave the house or when I'm not plugging it.
I should have had a surge protector on it, and I didn't.
Usually you do, I know. You know, you're so mindful of these things.
I know.
Darren Cole says added, and that is exactly what you should be doing. Darren Cole knows how to... Oh shit, we've missed Darren Cole appreciation point. Okay, no surprises in this one.
No. It's got a nice repetitive rolling bass line that carries it along.
Professor Dictor Beat says thumbs up Lee. Like up. Lee. 2.
Of course.
No, it's where his brain goes as well. He said actually that sounds wrong. Thumbs up for Lee. I would have liked a few more surprises.
I was just about to say, I would have liked some really high-pitched, clear bell-like tones, just in the top register.
Yeah.
Just every now and then, just to add a little bit of sparkle.
Yeah.
Everything's there and in its place. And it's got this lovely sort of rolling bass line, and it's got this forward and backwards feeling to the sort of middle bass line track part. But every now and then, I'd like to hear a little ting.
Just something to break up the rhythm that's already going there. Because literally, it had me here.
Yeah, that's it.
I liked it here.
Then it had to break down, and now it's come back in, and it feels almost exactly the same.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd have just had just this occasional
something. Yeah. No, I get totally where you're coming from.
Ting sound. Very high pitched ting tings, quite distant. Just
hold
to
on,
give
is
it a
there no 303 in this? There isn't. You should definitely chuck a 303 in it as well.
Time, isn't it? TV303 acid line synthesizer. The one that, one of them.
Yes.
This one. Which I might actually raffle off. I may have pulled the trigger on a TD3 MO, and this one is now surplus to requirement. This is the original one I've got, and I opened up and pitched it down, and then it sounded just like the Zox box, so I pitched it back up again. So I may raffle this off. How about £3 and 3p as a ticket price? And yeah, see how many we go. But let's wait until the actual TD3 MO gets it for us. Okay, so solid 8, I think.
Yeah, it was a solid track.
Yeah, solid track.
But by halfway through, my attention was beginning to wander, and it would have been nice to have some of those really high register, clear bell-like tones just in the distance, just to pull my attention back into it again.
Yeah.
You know.
Totally agree with what Lindsay said. 8. Yep.
Yeah.
What she said. Right, what she said. Absolutely right. Well, unfortunately, we missed the Darren Cole Appreciation Society by 16 minutes, but that's because we were having fun. So here is the Darren Cole Appreciation Society, and it usually goes live at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Yeah, that's right.
So
but,
well, hold on a second. So if you pissed over somebody's track and you had to wear a nappy, what the fuck are you gonna have to do because we missed this?
Well, Darren, what's my punishment, mate? My punishment is to take a poo.
Just
live.
Think of us.
Yeah, think of us when you think of your punishment, but at the same time, be as cruel as you fucking want because I want him to suffer. So
you're so mean.
Don't make him go in his nappy because he'll enjoy that.
Yes, I know.
And we won't.
No. Yeah, this is the same route.
Okay, so Darren Cole looks like he's ventured into a techno foray. This was published 9 days ago, and this is a private track. Once again, I believe we've got a break here, and then a break over here. So this had better be mental, Darren. Nice big beefy kick. Juxtapositioning the lovely sound that's coming on over it.
It's almost synthwave, that sounds.
Darren's very close to synthwave, but doesn't embody it like
no, just uses elements of it.
Yeah, it's very good.
Well, I like those little toms.
For you to say that you're still
David Johnson says, Mark says too slow in 3, 2, it's too slow. Carly, did you say you knew how to sort that camera out for doing what it's doing? How do we do that? Where would it live? I'm willing to give it a... No?
There's an unusual treatment on those vocals that make them sound quite rounded.
Yeah.
I like that. It fits with the track. But it's an unusual treatment for vocals.
It's just like they make
Apparently it's old Moby vocals.
Right.
-10, Darren, -10.
I don't care where the vocals come from. It's the... Oh, God.
-10 and a nappy.
Oh, God. Deeply disturbed.
I am worried about taking a piss in this nappy. It's not fitting quite right. And I don't know if any of you...
We're even more worried.
I don't know if any of you have ever worn a nappy in your life before, but they're fucking sweaty as bollocks. That noise in the background. 303. That's the 303.
Sound.
Oh, David Johnson, you wind up merchant. He says, no, it's not early Moby vocals. Alan Crawford says, told you you'd be sweaty as fuck. How do you know, Alan?
They do.
Not keen. They work, they fit the track.
You're not keen on the track?
The vocals. The track I like, booming kick, nice acid line. Wuthering. Oh yeah.
I think they actually made the track. They're sort of the centre of the track in many ways.
Yes they are.
And I just like that way that they've got this sort of, it's almost like the vocals are treated in the same way that each note of the 303 is treated.
Yes,
That's sort of meow.
Yes.
The vocals have got that meow as well. You're just listening to it as a musical part, yeah.
Because there's vocals myself, like words are really important. I'm not really listening to what they're saying. It's just good sound altogether.
This gives me an opportunity, which is what Hawkwind do. A lot of the vocals in Hawkwind are
Nearly an hour.
They're chanting and they're being used as a musical segment
Instrument.
rather than an actual telling you a story.
Yeah.
Don't worry, there's a lot of tracks that they tell a story as well, but a lot of the tracks they do is just repeating the same phrase over and over again, so it becomes either a rhythmic or a melodic element. And I like that, and that had the same thing. You weren't interested in what the vocals were saying.
No,
it was a human voice
rhythmic.
which added something, but it doesn't matter what he was saying because it was just a lovely sound.
Jason Marsh says everything fits beautifully, pounding away with the interesting vocals, sweet little acid line, all lovely. 9. Yeah, I'm going to give it Rimmon a 9.
Yes, I managed to go nearly an hour without saying the word Hawkwind.
Yeah, and now the floodgates are open.
Oh,
just
God,
literally
this is
every
it.
5 fucking minutes. So I think everybody... It is a thing. It is a thing.
It's traditional.
Yeah, Darren Cole is, I enjoyed that. Lindsay is, sounds like Hawkwind.
No, it didn't sound like Hawkwind. I'm just using it as an example to describe how you can use a vocal part, but not as as the lyrics that actually telling a story. They're just simply being used as a musical element or a rhythmic element.
Yeah, and Kylie's soundbite is, I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that. We'll just leave it at that, shall we?
Which is why when she's in here on her own, I tend to get her to speak first rather than just going, yeah, I agree with that.
Whereas I never shut up.
Put so succinctly. I can't say. You can fuck right off. When it's put so well by somebody so professionally.
Oh God, it's not professional. I just waffle.
You make more sense than I fucking do. I ain't got a clue what's going on right now. God's sake.
I hear things, I see images, I describe them. There we go.
That's better than what I'm doing. For the last 10 days, I've seen nothing but my TV and my literal 4 walls.
Yes.
Honest to God, yeah.
But you have been watching movies.
Yeah.
Did you want to watch movies these days.
So do I.
So boring.
So do I.
That's the thing. Look, I normally would completely agree with you, but I just couldn't do it. It was on
Yeah,
I was trapped. I couldn't
There's
even bother to
nothing-
change the channel. I was just like, I just watched like 3 films in a row.
I did
What the fuck is going
the
on?
entire Star Trek universe whilst I had fucking Corona.
It's just nuts.
Right.
I'm just like, I just completely zoned out. I couldn't even tell you what the fuck happened in most of the films.
No, it was just washing over you.
Yeah. Very odd.
Alan Crawford says, Carly, kick him right in the nappy sack. Oh, you cunt!
Why would
fucking me?
I like these boots. I need a nappy sack. Thank you very much.
Okay, so before
if
we
you'd like
get
to come over and do it yourself and go for it.
get into Kay's thingy, I'd like to bring all of your attention to this picture here. Can we see what's going on in this picture here?
It looks like fruit.
Yeah, that's what I thought at first.
No.
See this here?
Yes.
This is a penis.
Oh.
See this here?
Yes.
This is a thumb. You see this here? There is some boobies, and there is some semen down here. The AI is obviously not that good because Kay has had this picture up for about 4 days, and nobody's come over and said anything to him.
It looks like fruit.
Yeah, it does look like fruit.
And I think that's what the AI thinks as well.
about it as well.
This is a fruit bowl, it says. I am not a robot.
It's definitely a salad of some sort. You're almost very welcome.
Fast acid melody.
What? Like, Kay's in the drum and bass room this time, and so I'm wondering if this is like a prelude to it or some sort of step up to it.
Well, it says it's unfinished.
Yeah, very much so.
It's a bit noodly for me, yeah, but it is unfinished.
Yeah, it is unfinished. It's weird,
And it's got a ducking compressor.
all over everything.
All over everything. A ducking compressor is something that uses one of the tracks, so for example the kick drum, to actually fire a compressor, so when the kick drum goes boom, all the rest of the music goes down.
Yeah.
And so you end up with a sound, if you see what I mean.
So it sounds like it's coming out of someone's car.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Listening to someone's car. Right.
So you've got a heavily distorted kick drum there that's actually acting as a ducking compressor for all the rest of the track, which makes it sound, if it's used in some tracks, it can actually add a sort of bit of punch to the track. Unfortunately, at that point, it's actually it's pulling everything down. Yeah, that's it. But it is unfinished. So I'm going to rank it as a noodle at the moment.
Yeah, Kay.
And say, yeah, it's an interesting thing that you can use within the structure of a full track, but as a complete segment, it's a bit overwhelming.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely does sound like it's a work in progress. Kay himself says, I don't know what to do with it. If it was me, Kay, I would move on.
The only place that I can imagine that being useful is if you've got a relatively simple track with some quite pure sounds, and then as a complete counterpoint in the middle, you have a 15-second section of that.
Yeah.
And then at the end, you bring in the ducking compressor, but then eventually duck everything out, so the sound that the kick drum is pulling down disappears, and it goes back into the purity again.
See, and Lindsay thinks she can't write tracks.
Seriously.
No, I can write tracks. I just can't use the equipment. I've gone thick. It's all become really confusing.
Yeah, no,
Become a writer, then.
I totally get where you're coming from.
I need to sit with somebody else and just tell them what to do, and then they actually do it, which I have done in the past.
Which
but,
is massively important, because that's what I did with Warren. Warren
Yeah.
kind of constructs a track, and I'm like, no, pull that out, push that a bit more. You know, it's massively important for that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to stick with Lindsay on this one. I'm going to give you a noodle, Kay. I again don't know where I'd listen to it. You know.
But there's potential in it.
Yeah, there's something there, but
It's a counterpoint.
yeah,
It's a counterpoint to something that's completely opposite to that, and then it would work as a track. But as a 2-minute long or 3-minute long section, it's just messy.
Yes, very much so. Right, who's next up?
Oh, and sometimes the ducking compressor sound happens accidentally, and it ruins the whole track.
It's literally the compressor for me is a fucking. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, there we go. Sidechain. So literally, I hit that, select it. Oh, actually, I think it's on this one. Select that, select sidechain, and that's my sidechain done.
Yeah.
Literally, and I can put it on anything. You know, I don't even have to link it to the kick drum. I can put it on just the synth channel, and it'll do it all on its own. I don't even have to route anything through anything. Absolutely.
Sidechain is when you take an element of a track and you use it sideways to control something else.
Yeah. It's mostly done on a kick and a bass scenario. So that you've got your kick in your bass frequencies, and then you've got your bass in bass frequencies, and they're all doing the same thing. And so when you put a compressor on, it'll just pull out the bass when the kick drum comes.
Yeah,
so it's
just to add emphasis, because sometimes you've got two things that are a bit similar, and you actually, if you run them both at the same time, it just gets messy. So you use one to actually duck the other one, so let it stand out.
Yeah, got you.
I don't know who this is. Savage Rua featuring Rua and Claire Bear by Tucked In Sounds. I don't recognise this person.
I like those woo sounds.
Love the track. The only thing I'd say so far is the vocals not too far back.
I'll give it a bit of volume in the studio, that may help.
Nice bass.
Great. The vocals are a touch
And the
off.
singing at the beginning was definitely. It's just a shame because it's really good.
Mr. Wiggly's in the building. Mr. Wiggly, welcome to the show. Today we're being really mature.
Shush.
I'm in a nappy, and at some point I'm going to wet myself because Matthias Johnson wants me to never miss a track ever again. Anyway, welcome to the show, Mr. Wiggly.
I have to say one thing about Mark. He puts an awful lot of effort into making a point.
I'm very petty.
It's a stunning amount of effort you put into it.
I'm very
Don't have
petty.
much else to do.
Facts. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, somebody stumbled across us from Hardware Jams the other week, and they were like, God, I didn't realise there was a dirty cousin of the Hardware Jams. It's like, that's us. I'll take that. I'll happily take that.
To be fair, that was part of the mission statement. I'm pretty sure when me and Oliver were all sat here, and Amy working out what our mission statement for Cloud Army was going to be, I'm pretty sure that was one of the lines. Dirty cousin. Sounds about right.
Vocal side A.
That's what I'm saying. It's just
I don't know.
too far back for me.
I think the problem is we're so used to auto-tune and everything being nice that when something comes across that isn't, we're like, well, this isn't polished. What the fuck's going on?
For me, it's not. They don't sound unpolished. They sound too far back. I feel like I can't. They're being drowned out by the rest of the track in my ears. Love the bass.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Alan Crawford says the same thing. Nice track, vocals are a bit off though. Mr. Wiggly says fabulous, what a welcome. Well, I just thought I'd fill you in on everything that's going on at the URL today.
Finished, missed all of this glory.
Today we have two very mature ladies with us. We have the lovely Lizzie Mumford and the lovely Carly. Yeah, well, are you? No, are you in a nappy? Are you in a nappy? Are you in a nappy because somebody goaded you into putting yourself into a nappy?
Bit of encouragement, and he's off again, isn't it?
I bet today is the day I don't even need a piss, ever. Bongo. What? They're drinking to the Congo. Live Victor, pop it on a mango. Drink. Back. Girls, arse! Where are we going now?
Anybody got any elephant tranquilizer?
I haven't even had that much coffee.
Lounge bar vibe.
Yeah.
With a little bit of sort of, what's the word? Yeah, it's got a W feel to it, but it's got a little bit of
some groove.
Yeah. I'm loving this bit though, just the female singing just sounded too.
I know that a lot of people hate the idea of it, but almost a little bit of auto-tune would work.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Do you know what I mean? They sound muffled.
They sound bassy, too bassy.
They're just muffled, like a muffly kind of sound to it. I can't describe it. It just sounds muffled. And you're using it like I can't hear anything that she's saying.
Well, maybe what they need to do is actually just EQ the vocals slightly to take some of her deeper resonances out. So it's slightly more cut them out because there's a lot of bass going on in that track, and her voice has got some quite low register parts. Maybe those need to be cut out. It does work, but when she because it's the two are so close, when she just is slightly off key, it actually shows up because you've got a very similar note playing next to it that you've got to compare with. Do you know what I mean? If the registers were completely different, you wouldn't notice it so much, but because everything's so close. So if you cut the lower register off her voice and actually had it slightly thinner, it wouldn't interfere with the clarity of the bass track, or it wouldn't be compared with the clarity of the bass track at the same time.
It's literally what other people are saying as well. If the vocals were cleaner, that would be a top stuff. Nice track underneath that.
I mean, and the thing is, she's actually got a lovely voice.
Yes, she has.
It works really well
but she's not doing herself any favours by having that voice played at the same time as a very similar
being muffled by the rest of the track.
The bass and the voice are too similar, so you either need to put the bass even further down and or chop off the bottom of her vocals.
Chop off the bass end of her vocals, I think is the one to do.
And I know that sometimes it's not nice to do that because her voice has got that low resonance. But you almost need to
sonically for it to sound sonically good.
To fit in with that track.
You still lose the nice bassiness to her voice in a way. I know
because it's got a smooth voice.
Exactly.
It's a creamy voice. So
it sounds different generally.
You know the way that Portishead often used vocals that were EQ'd to the point where they actually sounded like they were in the distance. You almost need to do that with her voice. Don't lose the creaminess, but lose some of the bass resonance on it so it doesn't interfere with the bass track.
I genuinely believe that track was absolutely lovely.
Yes.
It just needs a little bit of work on the vocals. Little bit of work on the vocals.
And what I did like was that whoa on the bass with that those two. It was a nice combination.
Yeah, it worked really well together.
Okay, so next up we've got a big player within the URL scene. This is Charlie the motherfucking Ryan. And he is the first person today that is going to get us a copyright strike. DMX vocals.
Get it on the floor. Get it on the floor. Get it on the floor. Once again, it's the darker nigga, and it's Barker nigga.
I've tried to use DMX vocals all the time, they just don't fit. And the reason being is because you've got to slow yourself down. Listen to how slow that is.
Oh yeah.
130?
110?
It's not even that, it's 90. Yeah, that's I think. Yeah, 99 maybe.
Wow.
Charlie, you watching? What speed is this? And thank fuck, just the 4-minute long track from the Charlie motherfucking Ryan.
I just don't like shouty male vocals.
See, totally at the other end there. I get what you're saying though. There's a Cat Williams joke where he's like, yeah, I met DMX. That motherfucker is just angry all the time. I want breakfast! It's like, mate, chill, you know?
Again, I can appreciate the artistry, but it makes me feel
anxious, aggressive. And that's where he's going with this one.
Oh yeah, I think that's the whole point.
I'm at the crossroads, look what I'm not really sure which way to go. Should I play the local when I hit the upper data? Yo, the way to flow, got me striking the
in my head, that's where I would go.
Hard Drive Aesthetic says, never thought somebody could do this with his vocals. Well done. Exactly, I've tried to use his vocals so many times and it just falls apart. And the light says, Mark Stewie Griffin Gardner. Thank you very much, fella. Does that mean he thinks I'm a super genius?
No, it's your baby voice in your head.
God damn it. And this is why we invite you on the show.
Your thing South Park, my thing I am loving this track.
Seeing as though there are 3 of us, should we toss a coin to see who makes the tease? Okay. I love the fact that we got 2 clearly different answers here. Yeah, that sounds good. No, fuck off.
Well, it isn't fair. I don't even know where everything is in the kitchen, but I'm trying to manage.
No? Right, okay. Right, so Carly, call it in the air. Heads it is. You're not making a tease. Call it in the air.
Tails.
Fuck's sake. Right, here comes tails. You're right, okay. No, that's tails as well. Right, let's do that again.
No, this isn't how it works.
This is.
You're doing a Trump. You're saying, I don't like the result, so I want to do it all again.
Yeah, correct. It landed tails and it landed tails.
It doesn't matter. The point is, we won, therefore you lose.
No, I need my go.
No, you don't. That isn't how it works.
What?
You clearly don't understand democracy.
Right, screw this.
And besides, we're your guests.
Yes.
I don't like this deal.
We started this shit. Nappy boy.
Sorry, what?
Oh, you
Can't
don't.
said it.
I'm so glad I'm on the swivel shade. I'm gonna start pressing buttons in a minute if you start doing that again. Seriously, I'm gonna start like doing shit stuff that I probably shouldn't be.
Yes.
That'll make
Just as long as you don't press save. All right.
I don't care. Destroy something, I'll start pulling knobs off.
This sounds utterly professional, but you and it's not that I don't hate it. I just would never choose to listen to it.
Yeah.
Because I don't like angry male voices. They make me feel a bit anxious. Unless they're punk, and then somehow they don't bother me.
Less action. Matter of fact.
And a bit melodramatic sometimes, whereas this sounds seriously
This
angry.
is like, yeah, this is like, you might actually shoot me.
I want sausage, and I want bacon, and I want eggs, and I want it now, bitch! Like, chill out, DMX.
Wow.
You know? Like, chill out. Yeah, Charlie, solid track. I'm going to give you an 8 point something, I think, 8.5 on it. Really, really nice work on the vocals. You made it fit really, really well. The
Yeah.
tune under it was nice. Little slow for me, but you like doing your slow stuff.
And it has to be for those vocals.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because they have a
Yeah.
stompiness to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Again, they're hip-hop-y influence, so that, again, it's a slow, you know, they're not raging away at 180 or something, you know?
And I much prefer that to normal hip hop, which always seems to have something weird going on in the background,
Yeah,
like some
yeah, yeah.
repeating loop from a 1940s
Yeah,
piano
It's not
track.
kind
Yeah,
of like
yeah.
it's
You know.
taking you crazy kind of feeling.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh my god, I can't let
That's
this
what I hate
stop.
about trap. It's
But yeah, that
literally, it's
works.
literally hi-hat music. Ting, 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 ting. Just don't like it at all. So Mr. Wiggly said that punk has humour. Yes, punk does indeed have humour.
Yes.
Whereas gangster rap is not humorous at all in any way. Well, it is if you listen to NWA. Ooh. A bitch is a bitch.
Oh, that's a lovely kick.
This is Rios. This guy writes some fucking lovely music. Rios, are you in the building at the moment? Because I would like to ask you a question.
You know, I was saying earlier about a really dead kick or a really resonant kick, and there's a sweet spot in the middle.
This one's
sweet
hitting
spot.
it. This one's
sweet
hitting
spot.
I'm gonna go make a coffee. So Rios, if you would like to moan at me when I come back for missing your track because nobody's talking about it, please feel free.
We'll talk about it.
I know.
If you're making.
You have no idea what's happened, do you? Good, that's exactly how we like it.
So, what's in the distance?
See, I like it when a track does that. It sort of creeps into you.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? It's like you're saying, you can hear something going on in the background.
There's a little clap coming in now. So it's building.
Yeah.
He's adding more elements.
It's keeping your
And
interest.
You've got that hollow synth sound, that almost machine synth sound in the background as well that's coming in.
That is, machine sound, exactly like that. So you know exactly how a track's made up.
I can see it because I've played around with, piano roll. I can see the different tracks.
Yeah.
And now he's got a thrum coming in, so it's not just dump, it's
Yeah, adding another level to it.
Yeah.
Another element to make it's giving it depth, isn't it?
Yeah.
Rather than just being repetitive sound. Good bass line.
Yeah. Here it comes. Yes!
Nice. I do find myself getting slightly fixated with watching that. Sometimes you're like, oh, what's that gonna bring?
Oh, wasn't expecting that.
You can almost feel the lasers coming in.
Yes!
Oh, nice.
Beautifully constructed.
It really is. Definitely has a feel of like being
that synth sound is quite a, what's the word, a mainstream synth sound, but that kick isn't.
No, it's got elements of mainstream, like you say.
So it's got a mainstream synth line, but it's actually got an underground thump. A warehouse thump, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly what you mean. Tell you what, if I ever have to describe a track, I'm going to ask for help. I'm intrigued. How's going to bring this back?
Criticism, when the kick drum came back, I would have liked to just to let everybody know it was coming back, because that break was so long that I actually lost my sense of rhythm, and I wasn't sure when the kick was coming back, and so it caught me by surprise. So I would have liked just a little hi-hat just to introduce it, and that's my only criticism. Yeah, the music, the breakdown was a bit longer than the other one, and so it wasn't quite predictable enough. You listen. So you've lost the feeling of rhythm at the moment. So you're not sure when that was coming back. Yeah, that's what I mean by a snare roll. Just a tiny one that gives us a clue. But apart from that, we've been loving this track all the way through. It's got sort of I don't know. It's something. It's got a machine shop vibe to it. There was sort of some quite sort of, I won't say industrial, but mechanical sort of distant noises. It had a machine shop vibe to it, but it had this gorgeous kick drum.
Yeah, see, Matthias Johnson, I can come back from making coffee or taking a piss and still talk constructively about a track. I'm going to give this one Ribbon and I.
Really like you call that constructive.
Yeah. And Rios, I'm glad you're in the place, mate. Would you like a set at Clownfest, and would you like to do a studio tour for Clownfest as well? I will tap you up after the show and ask you properly.
And the only reason that I'm criticising the drop at the end of the breakdown is because the first two small breakdowns were beautifully crafted.
Oh, really?
They were. You've got to play the bit that leads up to it.
Yeah.
That's it. Listen.
Really well done.
Because it's nice and empty at the moment. Not much going on.
See, it's just perfect.
Yeah.
And so the longer one, I just
needed more to bring you back in, didn't it? Just felt a bit there.
see.
You know it's coming back.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, it did a little pregnant pause there. But there, it just sounded like the snare wanted to carry on.
Yeah. It just wasn't quite as predictable as the other two. Such a minor criticism.
Literally.
Because everything else about it, I really loved.
Yeah.
I'd be,
Really well produced as
I'd be
well.
throwing myself around to that.
Yeah, literally. It's the techno that is right up my street. Dark, moody, broody. In its soundscape is really, really good.
The soundscape was brilliant. As I said, for some reason I could see a machine shop.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There was lathes and milling machines, and there was a sort of distant, sort of slightly,
Blurry
God,
kind of sound.
as if a piece of metal was being machined in a lathe, and it was ringing as it's being
Yeah.
machined. As that sort of, I don't know. It's hard to describe. I liked it a lot.
Oh, hello. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
What now?
Okay, that quickly. Went from hello to oh Jesus Christ.
Please, Matt Dobbs, please get a motherfucking YouTube channel. Please. Or a SoundCloud channel. Please.
Okay.
Please. Or what's the other one? Bandcamp. Please.
my
Please, because any motherfucker can download this right now. You're losing out on audiences which will pay for your track because it's going to be downloaded. Anyway, the light, ladies and germs.
Okay.
And breathe.
Well, look, the problem with this is, right, I've got no idea of how long it is. There's no wave going on. There's, and that is really boring to look at.
All right.
Yeah?
Okay.
Matt Dobbs, sort your shit out, you slack bastard.
Well, I'm liking the track so far, though.
Oh, this is Matt Dobbs. This is going to be amazing. Yeah, honestly.
The light.
Yeah. 9. We'll call it a 9 now and just be done with it. Right, next. Move on.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
let's go and find
Yeah,
them.
me too. I just know the light. I don't know who Mad Dobbs is.
But yeah, Mad
But
Dobbs
someone
like.
says the light.
It doesn't work. Yeah, I have to use that now. Yeah, I know, right? So for all those people who don't know what Mad Dobbs looks like,
There we go.
there he is.
Well, at least you got something to look at now.
Yeah, right.
His voice is perfect.
Oh, it's just fucking beautiful. It's just absolutely
is
fucking, yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, it works really well.
And he's got a distinctive sound because he uses chorus on his voice, so it's got that feeling of double tracking. Sounds like two people singing in perfect harmony, do you know what I mean? With exactly the same sound, just slightly out of phase. Works really well.
Yeah, it's a really nice sound. His vocals work perfectly for it.
Although his lyrics can be a little bit depressing at times.
Have you heard his AIDS track?
No.
My girlfriend's got full-blown AIDS. AIDS. Honestly, fuck, he's a mental bastard. Not too keen on the horn sound.
No, that works.
Yeah, really? It sounds too horny. Like car horny to be.
Can you hear the sonic separation between the bass track and his vocals? There's a big gap between the two, so the two don't interfere at all.
No, and he's got quite bassy.
Yeah, this is it.
Wait until you hear his actual voice. I'm going to play his studio tour. Wait until you hear his actual voice. Like, you would imagine him to speak a little bit like this when you... No, not at all. Speak like this. Honestly. So yeah, we're Dobbs shaming at the moment because he didn't put a video to his track and he hasn't put it on any platform, and you can go and download this right now. And that's what he looks like.
Yeah.
And according to Darren Cole, he's a bit of a bellend.
Yeah.
Jesus says, for fuck's sake, just shout it. I'm trying, mate. I'm filling myself with coffee. You know, I'm trying. I am trying.
He's got a distinctive sound. His tracks, you can hear them. It's like, oh yeah, that's the light. Straight away.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah,
literally.
There's a particular register that he uses
Yeah.
with a particular scale.
I'm loving it. It's almost like an Asian feel to it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Kind of like Indian style. Well, that bit just then was.
Oh, right.
No, I know what you're saying. There's a chord sequence, a note sequence. It's a scale, and I can't remember what it is.
You know.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. But it's not all the way through, because some of the higher notes in that scale, they go back into being major notes rather than minors, which is what you want. Yeah, that's it. You don't want it to be. You don't want it to sound completely Asian.
Mad Dog says, dude, have you got your adult diaper on?
Oh god.
Like, where have you been, Mad Dog? Like, honestly, I've gotten this out about 20 fucking times so far. I'm doing my best to try and piss in it, I really am. But nothing's happening at the moment. Literally, the dam is empty. I'll let you know as soon as it does happen. And then I will parade my wet nappy in front of you.
I'm not.
No. That's not why I'm here. I am not cleaning anything. I will quite happily stand here and take pictures whilst you clean yourself. That sounded wrong.
See, the Matt Dobbs stuff is so out of my comfort zone, but I would fucking listen to it. You know, if I was in a kitchen, I would be putting that on to chop veg. Right, that is Matt Dobbs. Now, you've heard his voice, and it was lovely and deep, and it sounded all really good. Now listen to this.
You being mean.
Nope. Oh, fuck, that's not his thingy tour. Wait a minute.
Totally professional.
Yeah, completely. It's even funnier when he's trying to take the piss out of somebody.
Oh, fuck. Maybe it's a light. Right, I'll carry on looking for that, and we'll find that in a minute. But for
Listen to another track.
Yeah, just in the interest of keeping it going.
Dead air.
Yeah, no one wants dead air.
I've been working in tech for years.
Go away.
Oh.
Yeah. New variants: Mind Cleaner, BFA mix, Social Dregs recording. This is this is someone we've seen before because I recognise Social Drugs recording. Just check our levels. Ay, ay, ay!
Nice. Didn't expect that.
On a big rig, coming back for the room.
Nice. Like feeling the
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, just like, oh, hello.
I've heard this before.
Really?
Yeah. Don't know where. Yes, I have.
Swallow and fly like a blue horse fly.
It's just because this is a remix
No.
of another track that was called Mind Cleaner.
Swallow and fly like a blue horse fly. My dinner.
This literally sounds like it could be something from the 90s German style.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Inner City Unit,
Okay.
as in street punk.
Yeah.
Poll tax riots.
Yeah.
Flatbed truck,
Totally.
band on the back of flatbed truck, loads of people on the streets. This is the sort of stuff that was being played.
Yeah.
A bit darker.
Yeah.
Inner City Unit was a little bit more piss takey, but
It's like borderline doomcore. It didn't start off like that.
Nice.
And now we're back into that 90s German.
Yeah. Du hast.
do us, yes.
Yeah, du hast.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Du hast mich.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not German.
I couldn't even pronounce it. Like glottal sort of vibration to do it.
Professor Dictaby says skinny puppy. Yes, Benjamin LaQuentosaurus said, shoot first, then ask questions later. Terminator! Fucking brilliant track.
It reminds me of a cross between Inner City Unit and Doghouse.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Bit of Doghouse on it too. Yeah.
It's got a Doghouse feel to it.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Professor Dictaby says, yes, Mark is participating in German. Nein, schnell! Schnitzel!
Schnitzel.
That's it, that's all I know in German. Wow. That was the okay if someone was like, really? Eric M. Key says it definitely leans on Skinny Puppy. I like it, 8.5 cats.
Sort of a goth punk feel.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a bit of grunge to it.
And the howling vocals in the background.
Yeah, I can see how you might think that, yeah.
Just three people in the back going,
It's
to microphones there.
Professor Dictaby said, that's really all you need, mate. 9-inch Schnell, Dein Schnitzel. You're German. Brilliant. Can I get nationality over there, fella? And Paul Flanger says, say Arschloch, Mark. Arschloch. What's nappy in German? Shergut. Don't know what that means.
How did you read that as Shergut?
S-E-H-R. Shergut.
Sehr gut.
And you wonder why I have real issues pronouncing your fucking name. is. You know? Is it frenetic? And apparently nappy is windle. W-I-N-D-E-L. Vindel. Yeah, we're pronouncing the W's with a V here. Vindel. Yeah, it's good, yeah? That is good. Rabbit Bat's just joined us. Hello, my man. Today we are in a nappy.
Oh God!
Well, the people don't know if they've just joined.
Doing stuff for the minute, seriously. I'm gonna start pressing things and pulling stuff off. Stop it.
I get this reaction every time.
I don't know what to do.
Perhaps that's the point. Perhaps we're giving him attention. What we need to do is just ignore him. You know what I mean? We need to, next time he gets an nappy out, we'll just go, do. We're not impressed anymore. Oh God, no. See, it makes it worse. Oh God.
Have you met his dog? Well, this is where he gets it from. Not getting the attention I want. Give me better attention. Give me better attention. Give me my attention.
I'm going to misbehave until I get more attention.
I'm going to be on your front. Give me attention.
Jesus says, don't mention the war. Literally, the Germans couldn't give a fuck that we beat them twice in World Wars and one World Cup. Literally don't give a shit.
Saying that one World Cup, who gives a shit?
2 World Wars and 1 World Cup, do-da. And we're all, the English fans are singing that like it's something special, and the German fans are like,
proud of it.
Yeah.
what? You know?
Really couldn't give a shit.
Yeah.
How did we beat you?
Okay, so Sudocreme acquired. Time to bend over, says Dynamix. If you want to rub Sudocreme upon my gently chafed areas, Alan, you can comfortably. Right, somebody talk about that track before it just gets all nappy
I've
related.
been talking about it all the way through.
Have you?
Yeah.
I was just talking about my nappy.
Oh yeah.
You were.
I missed
Yeah.
it. So where did we land on that one?
Well, I'm not going to give it points. I never do anymore.
Mm-hmm.
My point is, it had a street protest vibe about it.
Yep.
It was goth punk, is the only way I can
definitely
describe
was.
it.
Goth
The
punk.
insane howling vocals in the background worked really well. The way that it sped up and then slowed down and then it sped up again worked really well.
Yeah, everything came in at the right time as well.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it just had just the right amount of elements.
I wouldn't necessarily dance to it, but what I would do is walk along beside the flatbed truck carrying it through the streets of London when we were protesting something with my banner saying ban the whales or something.
Ban the whales. Yeah, bloody whales. Get them off.
Taking our jobs, fucking bastards.
Good jobs! Anyway.
Do you know what I mean? It felt like a protest song. There we go.
Billy Dread says, sorry I'm late. Does that mean that I need to do this again?
Oh God.
Billy Dread, welcome to the show. So today, I'm wearing a nappy. Why am I wearing a nappy? Because somebody got pissed off when I went for a pee. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to piss this nappy live on air at some point, hopefully tonight. Welcome to the show. We're a loosely based music show that wears nappies.
Loose,
Very loose. Tonight is very loose. So yeah, I'm going to agree with everything Lindsay said
tonight to come along, didn't you?
Why did I do that? I should have just stayed positive against
Yeah, this is it. Look, sorry, I can't come.
Yep, sorry, still ill.
Right, so would you like to all hear Matt Dobbs' actual voice?
Go on then.
Yeah, go on then.
All right. How are you all? Good.
Sorry, again?
I was invited to do a studio tour. And I, like everything in life, I went, yes!
He doesn't sound anything
No,
like his
no
musical
problem.
voice.
Easy.
How
do
strange.
That. Yeah, I'll do that.
He
And
sounds
then
like
I
a
thought,
normal human being.
Doesn't he just?
I thought,
there we go.
Whereas you would expect him to have a lovely, regal, lovely
really
voice.
have
And
a
Not
studio.
necessarily, but no, his speaking
not
voice is completely different
I'll
from
put
his
it that
singing.
way.
singing
I like
voice.
massively,
But let's have a
I
look
like
at
that when they don't
and,
sound like how they sing.
yeah,
That
I
is
really like
an
that.
AWA SX Nav H9 speaker. You
There we
can
go.
see in background there.
that's
Yeah.
not the voice I expected. When you
You
turned
all
in
want
this and I
them,
watched it for
don't
the
you?
first time, I'm like,
Right,
is
let's
that
have a look. We're going
actually
to start with the
Matt? You know, it
hardware
just
section.
doesn't
Spin
sound
the
anything
camera
like that.
That
around.
wasn't how you expected
And let's have a
his
look
voice to sound,
at
because his
what we're
voice is
dealing with.
low and
Yeah,
moody
lovely,
and melodic
yeah.
and resonant, and yeah, that's fair enough. Which probably means that he's had singing lessons and actually knows how to sing.
She knows what you're doing, yeah.
Okay, so next up we have the Gasm Word. Yeah, it's been all over Facebook. I tend not to watch these videos because I know that they're going to put them into the URL. So Gasm Word, our head of our drum and bass chapter.
Seriously, break down.
Sand in the sliders.
Right, we've done 7 clown fests spanning nearly 20 days, and I've got to say that the drum and bass day for the Gaz is heading up for Clown Fest Day is possibly the worst group chat I've ever been in, honestly. Talk about like differences of opinion, trolling, not knowing what's going on. It's fucking hilarious and I'm loving it because I'm on this side of it this time and I can just watch it unfold, you know? Point 2 says, bit of D and Beach.
Everybody's full of wit tonight.
Yeah, aren't they? Everybody is. Oh, Mad Dog,
I do like drum and bass.
mate, what the fuck? He says Benjamin Sorensen was planning to release my first track on the URL next week. Fuck that. Get it in, Mad Dog, get it in. Gasm says that group chat is aging me horribly. I know, and I'm watching it unfold in front of me, and it's fucking hilarious. Literally. Three heads bouncing in one go. Absolutely. We like drum and bass here, and we don't get enough of it at the URL. Listen to that sub. And for one box, you know, out of the studio. Yeah, he comes from Australia. This man's got loads of beaches.
Rub it in, why don't you? And it's fucking lovely weather over there. Get it?
Yeah, and Dunny spiders.
Yeah, exactly. You know, she can kill you, so you know. Keep your
Almost
beaches.
slapped my coffee.
Even the trees are trying to kill you in Australia.
Seriously, everything wants you fucking dead. Everything. But then you get music like this, so you know.
Again, this is because Gaz comes from a nice hot country. If he was in like England where it rains all the fucking time, it would be techno. You know, it's just the way it is.
I don't know. Drum and bass, Bristol is a pretty strong connection there.
Indeed. Yeah, I tried to get my
Is there? I've never noticed. Being as you having a version to elephant noises in tracks.
Not so much an aversion, I just think they're overused. Yeah, that's the sounds of angry elephants is overused in drum and bass tracks.
Yeah.
And this is a good balance.
Yeah. Sapporo, Bristol used to be a musical city, but tell me anything that's come out of Bristol since Roddy Size.
With Aaron and one of the DJs played Angry Elephant DJ.
Yeah, like the old Twilight.
It's a drum and bass one. So Sarah and me were walking around going, it was quite funny. But it was so much of those sort of trumpet noises, do you know what I mean? It just sounded like a herd of angry elephants. This is lush.
Thank you, Sapporo.
I do like that. Those vocal bass sounds.
Sounds like some kind of like alien machine drums you get.
Transformer sounds.
Yeah, it's kind of almost Transformer sounds, but there is a film where they literally made that sound. But yeah, it's intense.
Oh, it finished. It finished.
Yeah,
We didn't like that.
We're just getting into that.
Fuck it, there's some more guys on the beach.
Now that's not fair.
Tonight's a clusterfuck. Things are just all over the place. And I'm in a nappy.
Really?
Not getting it out.
Now,
please don't.
I'm not, so I'm going to go and visit the loo. Be back in a sec.
I can lend you a nappy if you so desire. Okay, so Gaz, always a 9. Like there's nothing that we can say about your tracks that we don't like at all. Got to be giving you kudos for doing it on a beach in one box. Noises are all in the right place. You really like your drum and bass.
Yeah, I love a bit of drum and bass. I was loving that. Everything, every element worked.
Yeah.
I was loving it.
Gaz, keep doing what you're doing. Keep putting your tracks our way. And for the love of God, keep your sanity in that group, mate. Right.
Good luck with that. When do you get like major status in the army? You know, surely somebody's got to be a major in the army, and I'm sure
We
he's been
haven't-
working his way toward that.
We haven't got a major yet. We got a few. We got a captain, that'd be me. Got a few privates. We got a sarge. So maybe
We need a major.
Major Gaz.
Yeah,
Major Gaz.
Indeed.
Ah, LeBlond, we're in for a slice of electro again. I tell you, this nappy is fucking uncomfortable. The nuts are crushed to fuck. So yeah, Rios, would you like a set at Clownfest 8? And would you like to do a studio tour as well?
When's the studio tour?
Studio tour happens on the day. I don't know actually. I need to look at.
This information will be available to you at some point.
Rios did send a message, but then took it back. No, Alan, I'm not going to try rubber. But thank you. Jesus, you've got a set on my day anyway, mate. Like, just don't worry about it. Clownfest 8 is last week in March, first week in April. My day is the second to last day, so it will be in April, and 20-minute sets, recorded or live stream, up to you. Right, so we are an hour and a half into the show. About time to smoke them up. Le Blond. The Sunshine Group has just turned up. Sunshine Group, don't worry, because the shout out stays open for a week and a day. Got put up yesterday, we'll close next Tuesday, so you've got a week and a day to get your track in. As said in the rules, wherever they are. The shout out goes up every other Monday, and the submissions will be split over 2 shows. So this is part 1. We're blatantly not going to get through all the tracks that are there tonight.
Ibiza cocktail bar on the beach.
This one?
This is the sort of music they'll be playing with it. And there'll be a couple of people up going, enjoying it. And the rest of us will be, yeah, that's it, yeah.
Bikinis.
Yeah.
Dancing on sand.
Yeah, that's it. Blonde hair, white stilettos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally off their faces. Not a sexy.
That's it.
Sunshine Group says,
It's called
is
that.
it on
Feel
Discord?
to it.
Like you and I
No.
Because I'm exactly the same, like I visualise quite.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's just...
What site are the rules on? The site that the rules are on the Clownfest.live site. Where the shout out is housed these days, which means you can then go and look at every track that's posted, provided these people don't take their tracks down.
Because it's got quite mainstream elements. There's also a slight darkness
Yeah,
to it.
that's what he does really well.
Dark, mainstream. It's weird. Yes, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I would love the mainstream to get a slightly darker edge to it,
The problem is that the moment it does that, it wouldn't be dark anymore.
Yeah,
It'd just be
exactly.
acceptable.
Yeah.
You know, we'd have to find something else to rebel against.
Yeah, exactly.
Sarah Summers is in. Excellent. Sarah has a set at Clownfest 8, and it's nice to see her in the chat. She popped up a couple of days ago in Hardware Jams. She posted her first ever live jam, and 3 people were like, you should get involved in the URL. I'm like, yeah, you totally should. I listened to the track and I'm like, actually, do you fancy a set?
There we go. Boom, boom, boom.
I will be sorting my day out by the end of this week, so you can all...
What's the whole point of what we do?
Sunshine Group says, oh, badass,
Give
I
people
forgot there was
platform.
another website other than Facebook, Reddit, and YouTube, Twitch, Amazon, and Google. Yes, we are desperately trying to get off of Facebook, because Facebook is a dire dumpster fire, and people are leaving it in droves.
So is YouTube becoming?
It is, yeah, but,
Where else do we go?
yeah, exactly. Where else do we go from that? Go on then, Carly.
What?
Go on, the track.
Me first.
Because usually I'll say something, then Lindsay will say something, you'll go,
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
You're like, do.
So, do you want us to say something first?
Well, in my opinion, I liked it, but it just felt like it was a bit repetitive by the end.
Yeah.
It felt like it was going on a little
Fatigued.
bit. It needed something adding to it.
Yeah, no surprises.
Something changed.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
just a bit too samey
Yeah.
after all, and it ended up just, yeah, I kind of lost interest and didn't even realise that it was finishing until you ran away, Carly. So yeah, but it was good. There was nothing bad about it. It was well put together. It just didn't seem to go anywhere.
Yeah, no surprises, no shocks in there. Go on, and
I would
paint
agree.
a nice picture.
Well, I was saying, evening, Ibiza, cocktail bar on the beach, couple of drunk girls dancing, everybody else sitting around, just letting it wash over them. Nice sounds, quite muted.
Were there any animals around?
No. It was just sand, sort of tiki bar type arrangement. Do you know what I mean? A few tables. Do you know what I mean?
Three
maybe a few.
girls.
Yeah. That's it.
3 drunk girls.
Oh yes. Okay, it worked. Well, one of them got up from the table because the other two were dancing. Yeah.
Oh, come in every week, both of you, please. I'll just fucking sit the other side of the camera and you can do the fucking show.
But the only reason I'm describing that is because that's the place where I imagine that music would fit in.
Yeah.
So in other words, it's quite mainstream, but it's also a little bit dark.
Yeah.
This isn't This isn't a bar that everybody goes to. No, this is one of the more sort of This is a bit sort of down the beach. It's one of the ones that's a little bit darker, a little bit weirder. Do you know what I mean?
Possibly people do drugs there rather than drinking.
Yeah,
and
it's cheaper.
And the beer's cheaper.
Yeah. And the people are more friendly.
Yeah.
We've just painted a lovely fucking picture.
There we go.
Work at this place. Should we go and find some dark, dingy
good music,
Ibiza to go and
good music, cheap beer, and it's warm. Excellent. Not the beer, the actual weather. Yeah.
Okay. Well, actually, the beer as well because we're paying electricity.
God, get a word in. Edgeways is hard tonight. Rios says it's my favourite so far, but I'm a Detroit electro head. Yeah, it was produced beautifully.
Yeah, it was.
Like Lindsay said, commercialised, but with that dark undertones. It was absolutely lovely. I'm going to give you a solid 8 on it. Okay, so this is Stereo, right? We haven't seen Stereo wipe around for ages, so it's nice to see him in the building again. And you can catch him at, I believe, it's Armando's Electro Day.
I've got a drum and bass track playing in my head.
I think I think this might be a drum and bass track.
Good.
Yeah. 1 hour.
And we've all shut up. We're all waiting to see where it goes.
Never been.
Oh.
Purely just mate brought me to get out there, and you know, people were selling a lot of drugs, so it's a good 3.5 weeks of life to spend.
Fair enough.
It was. I didn't do any of the stereotypical clubs around. It was actually
Good.
quite fun.
Alan Crawford says Lindsay and Kylie are queens. Absolutely. Does that make me a king or a joker? Who knows?
Joker.
Bob Van Hove says, does LeBlanc release his tracks on Bandcamp or something? Yes, I believe he does. If not, he's definitely got a SoundCloud account. Alan Crawford also says that Ibiza is not like that at all now. I can imagine it's not.
To be honest with you, it was right on the edge when I went.
Yeah, that's it.
20 years ago, and it was just right on the edge of being cheesy shit everywhere. So, with the right people, the right places.
Apparently David Johnson says I'm the king of nappies. Does that mean I get it out again? Does that mean I get it out again? Does it?
I'm gonna agree with Benjamin on this one, just a clown and a nappy. But why did you fucking mention it again?
Did somebody?
I'm gonna start breaking things.
I'm having trouble with the time signature on this one.
Okay. I like its
That's
softness.
better.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let a little click in the motion as well.
With blocks.
Yeah.
And yeah, that one's slightly off.
Yeah, you're just like, ooh.
I can't do that. I can't do
got
that.
it.
I listen back to it.
I've got it now.
Yeah. Got what?
The time signature.
Oh right.
Well, before this bit, it was like,
Where are we
is
going?
this 4/4? Is it 3/4? I couldn't. And then, yes, it's 4 to the floor, but it's just quite a broken beat.
Yeah.
I like that. I think it keeps you guessing. It makes you quickly go, what is going on there?
Which is great when you're not dancing.
Yeah.
Otherwise you're
That's
dancing.
what you're like, your brain's going, what the heck? What?
It's got a weird dubsteppy feel to it.
Oh,
It's like dubby dubstep.
Wubby dubstep. Jesus says, I hate music. It destroyed my soul. I could have been somebody important, you know. Jesus, you are somebody important to us. Your first set for Clownfest is still my favourite set ever. Charlie Ryan is a close second. Again, my ears are kind of getting a little bit fatigued. It's done this from the start. It's got me. I'm grooving on it, but it's just fatigued.
I think this is the sort of thing I'd expect to hear at St. Paul's Carnival.
Oh, okay.
At like sort of 6, 7, 8 in the evening, just a nice sort of start.
Yeah.
And it starts off a bit.
Before we get the amen
Yeah,
breaks.
it's a bit chilled. It's still kind of family friendly-ish.
Yeah.
It's starting to go a little bit grungy and dark.
Yeah.
Just before the full-on like.
I'm craving jerk chicken.
Oh, yeah, mate, so am I. That's literally the first thing I thought when I was like, oh yeah, mate. When I took him to St. Paul's Carnival to do a set, which never happened, that was my one condition. I was like, I will take you there. We are getting jerk chicken.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't give a shit about the rest of the day. Jerk chicken.
That's one of those tracks that needs a dub PA system.
Yes,
so it's just
so you can hear the bass.
Really sort of washing over you.
Yeah.
And, it really does wash.
And then it would work so much better. And I think I would have cottoned on to the time signature so much quicker. But I just couldn't.
I'm surprised you didn't at the beginning.
I know. I just couldn't get it. It was like, because.
You were looking at it to dance on the offbeat, but the synth is making you do it on the onbeat.
Yeah, that's it. And it puts you out by one beat of the bar, and and then halfway through, they suddenly sort of phased in, and I could get it, and it was like boom,
on the offbeat.
And I got it then.
I am going to give you Remy an 8 on this one, fella. I liked it. I like Kylie's description of it, of where you would. I can't remember what you said. St. Paul's Carnival. There we go. Yeah. I don't know if you know about St. Paul's Carnival, but our St. Paul's Carnival is something that happens in the summer, and is carnival.
It's like this one in London.
Notting Hill.
Yeah.
It's our Notting Hill pretty much, and
it's like a filthier, darker version of Notting Hill.
Literally. There's just random sound systems just like down this one street in
every
and an awful lot of dub, reggae, drum and bass,
jungle tech.
Literally. And Red Stripe.
And all the nightclubs get involved as well. And actually, it's pretty damn awesome.
Yeah.
If you like jerk chicken and really heavy bass.
And Red Stripe.
And Red Stripe. I like Red Stripe.
I'm not so keen.
That's why I like going there. Not Red Stripe, but for the jerk chicken and the bass lines alone. I love it. Literally. And the fact that you can go from street to street and be dancing to a different
thing. Yeah, literally. Like literally 10 feet and there's a different rig, or someone's hung a speaker out the fucking window.
But no one's drowning out anyone else.
No. It's all
somehow it works. Yeah.
But literally, at about sort of 9, 10 o'clock, it does get a little bit dusk till dawn, and you want to get your ass fucking home.
Just a bit.
Honestly.
Dusk till dawn, what a good way to describe it.
Really?
Yeah. Well, imagine you've not seen that.
Have been.
Yeah, literally, and it's got like a little vibe to it. I went with a Spanish girl one time, literally, and it was thick with people, and she's like, I'm gonna go straight through there, and I'm like,
good luck.
Not me.
I'll leave you to that.
Yeah.
Last time I went with Andy, and he nearly got into a fight, just literally walking
being
behind
there.
me. Just like I was holding his hand and walking through, and literally every other guy is shoulder bashing him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, he's like, Carly, we need to leave, or else I'm gonna end up punching somebody.
Yeah, or I'm gonna end up, with a big bruise.
Yeah, it's just not gonna go well.
No.
Let's go home.
I've always found it really easy.
I guess it depends on like literally when I went with the Spanish girl, she didn't even know where she was going. She was just like, hey, let's go, and I'm like, it depends on what rig you're in front of, I guess at this point. Anyway, I am Maniac coming up. This is a private track. It sounds a little muffled. Is muffled the right word? Just not mixed and mastered, maybe.
No, I agree. It sounds a bit middly.
Yes. Okay, so for the last track, the scores from Alan Crawford, 9.3. Ashley's given it a 9.2. Outlier gave it an 8.5. Satanic Rodents, love the scoring system there, mate. Paul Flanger gave it a 9. Mad Dog Malone, who should put his track in the shout out, gave it an 8.6. Billy Dread said a lush tune. Gear Geek says, I did not expect the melodic elements when it started.
That's it.
Yes.
And it was the melodic elements that actually sort of dragged me back into the beat, and actually, well, I know I got it after a while. That's the thing. At first they were offbeat, but then they came back. They were right. This sounds like a lot of the bass, some of the bass has been cut off, and an awful lot of the higher frequencies has been cut off.
And yes,
and I think there's really nice stuff going on. I can't quite
just a bit buddy.
I'm sure why.
I was just thinking this is quite a lot of elements in the background. I'm just like struggling.
They're all in the bass tones.
Everything's been pushed to the middle.
I'm sure it builds to the sound, but it's just like it's almost like it's blurred.
Yeah.
To make it like it's like when I take a picture and it's blurry, but you know what it is.
Yeah.
It's just like you can't focus on each.
Great.
There we go.
Absolutely
A
beautiful.
visual description of an oral phenomenon.
I think you should just stick a big kick drum to it and give it an acid line. That's literally my patter. You know?
Sounds like it's been compressed far.
You can almost hear those bell noises. They're in there, but like they're not sharp
No,
enough
that's
at
it.
all.
The high register needs to be more prominent.
Dr. Dictabeat, no, Professor Dictabeat says a lot of frequencies pushing around in each other's space. Absolutely.
So that's what happens when you get two tracks that are of a similar frequency. They start to interfere with each other, and you get transients where actually you've got a particular noise where they're what's the word? Positive. Oh God! And they cause they positive reinforcement.
Oh, okay.
So you get a particular sound that's suddenly a lot louder, and then the next one is a lot quieter, but it's meant to be constant, and that's because there's too many sounds going on in the same frequency range. So you have to EQ each track to sort of separate them out. Yeah, that's it. So positive and negative reinforcement.
Like I like where the track's going.
No, it's a nice track. It's just that it needs mastering.
Also, guess what we didn't have?
No break at all. No let up.
There's one there, one slight break there. So I am literally just going to reiterate what was being said. It sounds a little muffled. We're all agreed on that one. There are frequencies like which we simply can't hear and would like to. The higher frequencies. You had some bell noises going on in there and high pitched dings, which literally just sounded like they were in the bass thingy. Give us a break. Go on.
And as Carly said, there was a fluttering of wings, which is where you had two tracks that were of too similar frequency that were actually interfering with each other and causing a flutter feel.
Yeah. So I think it would be unfair to mark it. I am going to say that I like what I hear going on under there. Give us a cleaner version with a little break in the middle, just so that we want that, the beat to come back in, kind of thing.
Yeah, and bring out more like the individual elements.
Yeah.
It feels like there's
Mix
a
and
lot in
master.
there that you're just totally missing, and it just seems like such a waste of effort. When you put all the different things in, but you're missing all of them because they're either cancelling each other out or
you just can't hear them
over the top of. It's not. And it's just.
And that's why mastering is so important.
Yes, it really is.
To bring out the right bits.
If you need any mix and master work done, please, for the love of God, you could do much, much worse than go and see Jimmy Scavenger. Jimmy Scavenger is an awesome mix and master. I believe he's put his prices up this year simply because he does a lot of work. He did the Clown Jewels album and he spent 170 hours or something ridiculous.
Whoa.
120, it was a ridiculous amount of hours. It was insane. It was insane. Like 4 or 5 days, like non-stop on it. Okay, so yeah, moving on. Let's go there. Oh! 9 before we've even started. Danny Carnage, people.
Danny Carnage. I could read the word Carnage. I didn't know what the first one was.
This is Petrol Whores or Garbage Snare or Danny Carnage. Got some fucking beautiful equipment. The TD3 MO just there. Digitact, I believe that is. Original TD3 there. The Behringer ARP thing. Is that Behringer or it's one of them anyway. Behringer Neutron. The Hydrosynth desktop. Honestly, this is a banging rig. Loads all over the place. Oh, synthwave today.
It always says John Carpenter movie to me.
Yeah.
Always.
Synthwave, yeah.
It's end credits of a John Carpenter movie, Ghosts of Mars or something like that, But that's synthwave.
Yeah.
It's just
weird, isn't it? How one thing revolutionised, like in the 80s, whatever, a bit of kit comes and it just that's all your brain associates.
Distinctive sound, yeah.
It's amazing how sound and smells and things like that just all come out.
Yeah.
Brain thing in your head, which is why nobody can ever do anything original. Whether it's photography, music, anything, nothing's going to be original.
Why do you think we got breakcore and all the core elements? Because like you say, that's the sound. Yeah. So now it diversifies even more, you know.
Exactly. And it's like when you tell a story, it's like Chinese whispers. It's how somebody hears something. So it's just like somebody might hear an element of music, use it in a totally different way.
Cross-fertilisation of ideas.
But that is phrase of the show. I love that. Cross-fertilisation of ideas. That's really nice.
Which is why I like it when I hear dubstep, that beautiful vocal bass sound, and when you get dubstep put into techno. Because it's so unexpected, and it works.
Yeah.
And that's why I like rhythm guitar with loads of distortion put into techno, because it just adds an element that you wouldn't normally get, but it works.
It's a bit like when I'm doing music stuff in my band, we get two songs that sound very similar, mash up, so it's the same kind of idea, but you put the elements together, it just works.
Not got a bad thing to say about this track. Like I can't pull anything out of it where I want to complain. Like at
And it's
all.
building beautifully.
Yeah. That it's lush. For a stick to be the 2600 is such a badass synth. I had to go on Alan Crawford's when I was up, and literally, like, you turn it on and it just makes beautiful noises. Same as the higher synth. Dynamic says, chords are sweet, 21st century Depeche Mode. I wanted to do something different now though. I'm coming to the end of the track.
It's been building, that's the thing. See that wah-wah sound of that synth didn't come in until halfway through.
You could definitely do with some bigger crash right cymbals.
Okay, I'm not going to argue with you there.
Just to move it on, just a bit more percussion in that. And literally, that's what like, oh, the track's getting a bit boring. Stick some rides in there. It's Warren's go-to. Like, stick some rides in there. It'll sound great, and it does. Synth Texture says 9+ for production. Absolutely, this is hardware. It's really hard to get really nice sounds out of hardware, all in their own frequency range. You know, it's done it really well. So as I predicted at the beginning, I'm going to give it a 9.
I can't really fault that.
No, not at all. I just want to point you in the direction of what Danny does.
Yes, please, walk on the side of everywhere.
So this is the same guy.
The toilet will. Toilets make me happy. They are super great. I drop my pants and sit on one when I need to defecate.
Only I could have picked that bit out.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is what Danny Carnage does when he's not doing synthwavy stuff. Why the long face? I'm sure this is where the end goes. Why the long face?
Why the long face? Why the long face?
Yeah! Man is a fucking performer. Well, and if you like your acid techno, go and check out his garbage snare work, because it's fucking beautiful. I should play some.
So he does quite a variety of different styles.
Yeah. He used to work with Ben Bastard from Petrol Bastard under a psytrance-y kind of name, so they do so much music. And I didn't realise that Ben Bastard, as well as Acid Ray, does something called The Spirit, and it's just techno-based. Sounds fucking beautiful. Fucking £4.80 for his back catalogue on Bandcamp at the moment. I'm going there like a motherfucker. But yeah, Danny Carnage, thank you so much for your track, man. As I predicted at the beginning, 9.
Yeah.
9.
Perfect.
Oh, some Yente coming up. Oh, and this I'm really glad to have this in. This is he's teamed up with Neil Dalian, who is Dr. Vimto, and we've not had anything in from him at all from like a long while. This is a remix between Yente and Dr. Vimto, Neil. So it's brilliant to have you back on the show, my man, even if it is under Yente's guise. Again, I want to know what Yente did, and I want to know what Neil did. Rios says, stick to your synthwave, please.
Nice rumble.
Alan Crawford says, Petrol Horse swallowed up your data and delayed my Clownfest set by an hour and a half. I found out how much Clownfest cost me the other day. £120. Yeah, when I was streaming from... Yeah, I know. £120. Insane. But anyway. Matt Dobbs says, I missed my own track due to child duties, wankers. Absolutely, just another good reason not to have any. Anyway, here's a link to the track. Thank you, Pierrot the Askline. Not a problem, my man. We absolutely adore what you do here. We think that your music is amazing. We feel that you should be getting praise from like a lot of people and recognition for what you do as well. There's a lot of shit, you know, not relevant
bass.
acts
Liquid
at the
drum and
moment.
bass.
Yeah. And I believe that you should be getting more attention than those has-beens that have been here for a while and just ploughing out the same tune. Say it sounded like drum and bass.
It went into drum.
Yeah,
it went into liquid drum and bass. It actually started out as ambient electronica. Then it went into just a very sort of mellow. Then it went to a very sort of mellow techno beat, and then it just broke into drum and bass with that beautiful stepped beat. This is lush. Takes you on a journey.
Yeah. Rios also says, Danny, that track was a massive 10. Yeah, the synthwave stuff's beautiful. The petrol stuff is a bit more marmitey. If you know, if you don't like it or get it, you're never gonna. Yeah, but for me, it's pure. I showed you the tracks I like the other day.
Got piano.
Yes, but it's not. Dang, 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 dang. Oh, that drives me nuts.
Back into the...
Oh no, Yente's not on. That is a shame. Yeah, I'd stick an amen over it. Lindsay's doing rewinds. I work. Yes, this does sound great, Paul, and it does deserve a line, and I just want to know how much work Yente put into this. Sadly, he's not on at the moment, so I can't ask him. Like, you've heard Yente stuff.
Yeah.
This is nowhere near the frequency abomination that Yente usually puts in. You know, the entire top frequency range is just and the drums are tucked under something. This is beautiful.
If I had a criticism, I would say that you could almost do this as a complete set with each interval being
a
10
little bit
times longer than it actually is.
I agree.
As in, I'm just beginning to get into a particular segment and it ends.
Yeah.
I'm just hungry for more. You know, I want it to last longer.
No, it's very empty. It's very empty.
But it doesn't sound empty. It's like my brain's not going as missing.
Oh no.
Something is
No,
needed.
yeah.
It doesn't feel empty in that sense, but it's just simple yet perfect.
Yes, Inky the Cat, you're absolutely right. Yes, but Yente did do remix track like this recently. Someone told him someone taught him compression. Yeah, absolutely. It is too bitty. It's too bitty. There's no. It doesn't.
Saying that though, I kind of like the teasingness of it. Because I was kind of like, you're just getting into it, you're like,
Carly likes to be teased.
And I think I just really like that basic liquid drum and bass rhythm so much that I want more of it.
Fanatic 12,000 has just joined the party.
That does.
you want to go back.
Yeah.
So, Fanatic 12,000. Tonight is the nappy edition. Yeah, people stop turning up. It's bad for the co-hosts.
All the nights to turn up late, guys.
I am now in a nappy. It's hot as fuck in this nappy, I am not going to lie. See, and once I piss myself, do I stay in the nappy or do I take the nappy off? I stay in the nappy. Carly wants me to stay in the nappy. fine, fair enough then.
Alright, well, you say it, that's the end of the fucking show.
Even if I piss it.
Even
You
if
just got to sit there
you got to sit in it,
in
mate.
a puddle of your own piss. That's your
That's how
punishment.
nappies work.
Yeah.
You don't get to change it straight away or else you're too nappy. Sit in it, bitch.
Point 2 wants to nappy off, you brave bastard.
Don't make
Sweat.
Okay, second criticism.
Go on.
The really nice drum and bass bit came back in almost unchanged from the previous drum and bass bit, and I would have liked the two to have just been pushed together, so it was a single longer drum and bass bit. Because these little intervals are lovely.
Yeah.
But it's fading in, fading out, fading in, fading out, fading in, fading out.
There's no
that's it.
consistency to it. Literally,
Yeah.
you'd be like, oh yeah, and then
It's kind of like it's almost like the free come down to it. It's just like it's not
Back in
quite
again?
dancing, but
oh, it's definitely listen to sat down while smoking a joint.
Well, the thing is though, every time this bit came, I'd be up dancing.
Yeah.
But then I'd just sit down again. Up and down, up and down. So, what sounded like two criticisms is actually just one criticism. I'd have liked fewer intervals and the actual individual segments to be longer.
I totally agree with Lindsay on this one. Like each of these segments could have been a track on their own.
Yeah.
Literally, it sounds like you've done a 45-minute set and squished it down into was that 8 minutes? 9 minutes? I can't even see that. Yeah, 8 minutes.
So you've got a choice: expand it or connect some of the intervals together, so there was fewer changes.
No, I like the expand it. Make it into a 30 minutes, piece of, you could comfortably. However, saying that, Yente, everything is there.
Yeah, everything is there.
Everything is
It just
there.
changed a bit too often for my own personal taste.
Yeah, like Inky said, you have put some stuff in recently which has been absolutely blinding and not just an abomination of frequencies just on top of each other.
Abomination of frequencies. I like the track, but it was an abomination of frequencies.
It literally is. It's like, come on, stick something
Those
in
two
there.
statements don't really go together, do they?
So if I had to put a score on this, Yente,
it's such a pretty baby, but it's ugly as fuck.
Yeah,
It sounds
all
like
babies
it's
are ugly as fuck.
No, they're making a point that you can't cram those two statements together.
you're literally contradicting yourself in one sentence.
That's what I do. I'm in a nappy.
Yeah, we can't hope for any consistency, can we?
No, not this
But how is
evening.
that a fucking excuse?
It's mine, and I'm sticking to it.
That's fair enough.
You're constantly in a fucking nappy. You shit your pants, so therefore that is a nappy.
Shh. Alright, fair enough.
Shush me like people don't know.
Okay, so we've got some Arjang, I believe, maybe with Tim. I'm not sure. Yeah, there's Tim there. Oh, it's there.
It's just really gonna yank it, is it?
Sounds like somebody playing the volume knob.
Welcome to the dream that never ends, that never fails, that never goes, that never sees, it's never gonna be. Welcome to the dream. It's part of the scream that we follow through the stream, to the sounds in our mind. Welcome to the dream. We can follow through the scream. We only feel what we gotta think is real. What you think is real is only fantasy. Your life is locked inside your mind. All you need is your thoughts in your mind.
Volume knob again.
Welcome to the dream. We always find ourselves a scream. We see the words and sounds and we play them as we talk. We communicate our words through sound and music. The connection of the soul has never let you go. The connection of the soul has never let you go.
I like it more than the last track these guys put in. The last track they put in was very loose. The drummer was just like changing tempos and stuff all the time, and like they're like trying to play along with it kind of thing. It just felt really loose. This is much tighter.
Then we find and we float away, and then I dream of the sound. Welcoming
Alan Crawford wants to stick a pacifier up my bottom.
This reminds me.
Hawkwind!
Nope. I was going to say some of the late Jim Morrison stuff where he was reading his poetry over the top of some strange background music.
That album is called American Prayer, and it is my favourite Doors work ever. Jim Morrison recorded it a couple of days before his death, and then the Doors went and put music behind it, and it is possibly the best Doors album ever. It's really, really good. Beautiful piece of work.
The sound is an extension of words in my mind that only I can speak when the sound is right.
Professor Dictaby said, "Is that a phantom?" And Mr. Bigley said, "No, it's Tim." But
we look into the sounds and we let it all flow. Look into the dream, look into the sky.
Tim and Arjang, there's a hell of a lot of blank space there.
Put the sound deep in my mind, and then I flow, then I go, and deep in the dream, deep in the screen, flow through the connection of another thing, and then I wonder.
And then we've lost the volume again.
Then I let go how to be in the dream, intersection in the same of the sound. We tend to learn ourselves through the way we talk. It's like communication.
I like the way that the rhythm has changed and the words are now a little bit more to the rhythm.
There's the volume knob again. There's something going on there, guys. Some sort of compression. It's like the drums are pulling everything down. As soon as that goes, everything comes back up. Okay.
That worked rather well.
Oh.
It was
Hawkwindy. I thought I'd get in there before you.
No. Not this time. I could do, but I'm not going to.
Go.
It was a performance.
Yes. It was a piece.
There was almost a beatnik feel to it. It was sort of beatnik poetry. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is very Jim Morrison, I
suppose.
Yeah,
I like the Jim Morrison reference.
Yeah, it worked really well because it draws you in.
Yeah, that's it. You wanted to listen to it. Yeah, that's it. And the music in the background didn't detract from the vocals. They actually worked to sort of give it a structure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But yes, there was some mixing problems going on there.
Yeah.
But in terms of the actual track, that was a really compelling track.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna agree. However, I'm gonna add a few things myself, and I had them in my head and I can't even remember them now.
Sorry.
It was. Oh yeah, simply this. I think the project that you and Arjang have gotten together at the moment is going to be very, very good. We're seeing it emerge, and we're already liking what we hear, which means that in 6 months' time it's going to be so much tighter. Yeah. You're not going to have those compression issues or whatever issues was going on there with the volume jumping up and down.
Yeah, that won't be there.
I'm going to say I like the premise that you've got going on, and I can't wait to hear a little bit more from you. That's where I'm going to...
And I'm going to say something else as well. You know, my criticism of Doghouse sometimes is the hysteria that he can project.
Yeah.
Is sometimes overwhelming.
Yeah. The
monotony of the beatnik poetry in the background there worked really well with that particular style of music in the background.
Yes.
And because of that, you were almost compelled to listen really carefully to it.
What he's saying. Yeah.
So it two completely different types of poetry, if you know what I mean, set to music.
Yeah.
And from a personal point of view, I found that more appealing. Doghouse can overwhelm me sometimes.
I get it. I get it.
I was sort of drawn into it because I wanted to hear it.
You wanted to listen to it as opposed to when it's just a bit too in your face, where it kind of makes you kind of go, "Whoa, hold on a second."
Yeah.
It's almost like somebody shouting a point to you.
I feel like I'm being lectured to at the moment rather than recited
enticed.
to. Enticed. Oh, some lovely words coming out today. Right. So next up we have T-Gold.
Nice.
I should give this a guy a set at Kleinfest as well.
What I am really disappointed about is we've had no psytrance tonight.
Yeah, it's been beautiful!
We need to listen to some psytrance. He might piss himself then.
Yeah.
Abso-flugging-lutely.
Yeah, I'm liking this. It's real a carnival feel again.
Yes. Yeah.
Real carnival feel to it.
Who was this? T-Gold.
Days with feathers. what you mean with the mastering side of it. It's like literally each element
Clarity.
is so distinct.
It's got its
so,
own area.
Yeah. Literally, it's like having the individual members of a band, and you can literally hear every
That's
single
exactly right.
person
That's exactly right.
perfectly.
Mr. Wigley put up a great visual in his interview, and it was where instruments take up their space within the frequency zone.
Yeah.
And so if
That's
you
why orchestras are built the way that they are.
Yeah, exactly.
They're laid out the way that they are.
exactly right. So that if you've got two things that are within the same frequency, you've got to kind of carve out the space for it. Yeah, exactly. And listen, there's nothing here is arguing with each other. It's all. I mean, it's not full, but it is full at the same time because he's filled in.
Yeah, every frequency's got its thing.
Yeah,
I mean, the vocals aren't even loud.
No,
but they're there
yeah,
and
you
they're
can hear 'em.
just right.
Yeah.
Benjamin says, loving
It
this.
works well with it, doesn't it? It complements the sound.
It's a happy track. It's quite euphoric.
Without being in that fucking happy zone.
No, that's it.
Yeah.
No, it's a euphoric track rather than a happy track. Yeah.
Dynamic says separation is key, and I would agree with you. DJ Normal Norman says 10 out of 10, and literally I'm going to give him 10 for production.
Yeah.
Not too much, not too little, just enough.
Yeah, it's not over the top production. It's just like you can hear it when tracks have just been over the top produced.
Yente,
like,
abomination of fucking,
It's almost like, but it's just like people who take a photograph and then Photoshop the shit out of it. It's the same idea. It's like there's no skill involved there.
Yeah.
If all you're going to do is just chuck a load of stuff in and then just master the crap out of it to the point where you've not actually got any of your original fucking sound because someone just made it better. It's the same kind of thing. It's over the top. It's not needed.
I wish Yente had put in an over-the-top track because that point would just literally have gone perfect for a Yente abomination. And he's not watching, so I can say that.
It's alright if
someone's not watching.
If you watch it back, fuck it. Screw you. Hold that thought for 3 years. Get back to me. Oh, fuck.
And then stuff like this happens if you hold things in for 3 years. Mark ends up in a fucking nappy.
You gotta wear that for 3 years.
I've got the same one.
Same one.
Not a chance.
3 days.
Fucking hell. But that is literally what a grudge is, isn't it? Holding on to a shitty nappy for 3 years.
Pretty much.
Not too keen on the breaky.
I don't know, I kind of like it.
Bit jerky. It works.
She's done it to give it some variation. Otherwise, it would be just the same thing all the way through.
I would like to see that kick pulled out completely, though.
But it does.
Well,
It does a couple of times. It just took it right out.
Yeah. It's a bit anxious.
Yeah, that's all right. That's because the breakbeat, he's just slightly altered the beat, and it just gives you a little bit of anxiety.
Yeah.
It does feel like something should happen here.
The rest of Dick to Beat is off. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We're not going to be long because people have got to get home and shit.
I want something to change now.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Exactly. It's just like
We're
something.
Unfortunately, we're in the ass end out, so the
Oh god, yeah, it's not going to.
Mixing
but
in.
yeah, that's it.
Just feels like something could have been chucked in there.
And actually, if it was in a set, then they'd bring in the next track, and it wouldn't matter.
So it wouldn't matter. Yeah. This is the other thing that makes it difficult to.
Yes.
How you listen to it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all about setting.
So like,
It is all about setting.
So I like the vocal change.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
that
was
was
really good.
Do It, To It, Fuck It by T-Gold. Lovely track. Production, I'm going to give you a 10 for production. Personal preference, I'm going to give you an 808 on it. Everything was there. Everything was there. It was a good track.
And it was a really good idea as well.
Yeah.
As a concept,
Really
it worked really well. Yeah.
I remember talking to the pranksters one time. We're going back fucking 20 odd years now, and they were like, "Come into the studio because it's ideas we need." And at the time, I was like just starting to make music. I'm like, "Mate, I'm no help to you at all." I wish I'd gone though. Wish I'd gone. So yeah, 8 from me. Thumbs up from the other two, I believe. Good.
Yeah.
Also, Kay. Oh no, he did put it in. Never mind. I'll shut up.
It's Dan corrected.
Well, let's just before we play that. No, shush.
With YouTube.
Yeah, please do.
Beginning to ache now.
My ass going numb.
I said we need a bigger studio just so we can have a couch.
Yeah, that
Like all
is
the
fact.
different. But I've been saying that for 3 years.
So, review me, please.
Oh, right.
Some crackle issues going on. Way bassy.
Yeah, but you haven't really brought anything in yet. Yeah,
That's the kick. That's just literally a kick at the moment. There ain't no bass line in it. That kick is the bass line. That's literally the kick. That noise before the kick is the Sherman filter bank. You can hear it in the background. I love it.
Yeah, it's very basic.
Yeah.
Rig tune.
Yeah. It almost kind of sounds like you're listening to a festival,
But outside,
Wow.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
it, yeah.
Eric M. Key says more bass than a loaded nappy.
Yeah.
Iaptus says definitely missing a female vocal.
That's better. Yeah. It's a typical Mark rig tune. Although it's lacking some of the screamy bits that you usually have in your...
Yeah.
And some of the samples. You've got some sample that you're
I'm
just...
trying to get my flow back. I literally haven't touched music for about 2 years. So literally.
And your stutters are not quite as overwhelming as they have been in the past, which is a good thing. Because some of your stutters go on for a long time.
Oh, it happens. But at the end. I quite like that bit.
That was good. That's good. Yeah, it's very muted in the mid-range.
Yeah.
There's a lot of crackles going on. There's a lot of bass going on, but there's not much in the mid.
Yeah, literally, Jim did a spectral analysis of the beast, and it goes up into the bass, down, and then back up.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I'm trying to address that.
The cat heads would be head in the bass bin.
Yeah, exactly.
They'd be loving it. I mean, put it this way, if I heard this, I'd think, oh, that's Mark.
And then I just bring it back down.
Yeah.
So for me, I think it needs some EQ work.
Yes.
I also think it needs some structure work, and it needs a touch more passion.
Yeah, but you'll get that.
That's what I think
If you're
is
out of
lacking.
habit.
Yeah. So yeah, work on my mid-range frequency.
It also hasn't got you turning around going, come on, motherfucker!
Yeah, well,
You know?
this was Sunday night at like, I think it was like 9:30 or something.
Yeah.
I didn't want to compete with the Mr. Wiggly show, so I was like, I'll go live after.
Yeah.
And of course, you're sat there watching the Mr. Wiggly show, and you know you get quite comfy in it. You're smoking a couple of joints. It's like, oh, do I have to stream now? It's the last fucking thing I want to do. But anyway.
Literally, enthusiasm was
Gone, yeah. So if if that's me when I'm not feeling it, it still sounds alright, yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Your phone
Yeah,
screen
exactly.
without your video stopping.
But as you say, from a spectral analysis point of view, the middle was hollow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The bass is a little bit too bassy. I need to work on EQ. Just sounded so bassy.
Oh dear.
Oh no!
It's
Who
here.
invited the white dog?
Look what we have.
Okay, so a little bit more from the light, I'm guessing it. The light is Catastrophe.
Doing his baby seal impression.
Producer?
Confusion in the heart don't start. Wasn't all illusion from the start. Went up the door to the garden, flowing in a raft, you load 'em up raw.
Oh, they will be.
Like live in the dark till you are. Let it go.
Yeah, it turns into a baby seal.
Who
are we listening to? Oh, this is
Catastrophe.
Oh, rings a bell. We've heard these before.
Yes. You actually, before we go any further, you were the one that changed this guy's vocal style, I believe.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, how?
Yeah, one of the tracks you put on a while back, you were like, I like it, but it sounds like he's putting on the voice a little bit.
Oh, was it? It was going a bit too much. Yes. No. You know, I
Going
remember
for that London twang.
Yeah, and that sounds
like his voice.
Yes.
Not like he's putting it on. Not
No.
like he's, you know.
No,
which
trying
is
to make. I don't know. Trying to sound more
human.
He sounds more convincing now than when he was actually putting on a no
absolutely. This guy is
I remember saying it. Great. Great, because this sounds fantastic.
Let's start from the beginning again just to give it some justice. No, Brad, I've not actually needed a wee yet.
Oh, the irony.
I know, right?
Confusion in the heart don't start. Wasn't all illusion from the start. Went up the door to the garden, flowing in a raft, load 'em up raw. You never know what it's like to live in the dark till you are. Let it go, have a blast, blah blah, superstar. Time moves slow in a trance. I shine when I flow, give me a beat, I'll make it dance. Throw darts, spinning it so low. We all go home, empty room alone. I stray far, just me and this glass. A Rizzler and a spark, I'm the grizzly in the park. I'm a lizard at large, living life quite hard. At the limit by far, just leave me alone. Let me la 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 la. Let me la 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 la.
Don't talk, I'm not needing you.
La 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 la.
I walk your unreasonable.
Yeah, Billy, I definitely do need a decent set of headphones.
Let me la 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 la.
Like I'm mistakes, I'm leaving
Let me
you.
la 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 la.
Don't talk, I'm not needing you.
La 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 la.
12-year-old skull candies, I'm not cutting it.
La 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 la.
Fucking state of
La 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 la. La 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 la.
just ragged.
Sitting in the background where you wanted me to sit. I got a lot of people around me flipping, wanting me to quit. I got energies around me telling me
I wonder if
that
this
I'm not
who
shit.
is.
Don't you forget? Now you make me sick. Sitting in the background where you wanted me to sit.
They
I
need to be
got a lot of people around me flipping,
compressed, pushed into the distance a little bit.
energies around me telling me that I'm not shit.
The female? Yeah, absolutely. They stand up a bit more than the rest of the track.
Never even told anybody that. I barely even cope with the body back.
Yeah.
It's like
He's there, she's here.
the only thing that
I'd like to see her push back to the same place, but with a different sense, because there's no reverb on his voice at all. She needs her voice to be compressed, pushed back in the mix, and given a little bit of reverb. So there's two fundamentally different sounds, but at the same time, neither's one's in your face.
Crawford, you are too kind.
Species that's about to die out. Give me snare and a kick quick. I cry out, ride out. Lie down, let the line out. La 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 la.
Yeah, the female vocals are just a tiny bit too sharp. And they sound very under-processed, like there's nothing's been done to
Well, this is what I'm saying. Just a tiny bit of reverb, or a tiny bit more reverb. I think there's a very subtle bit there.
I just on the ends of the rap bit, da 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 da. I might have stuck a little bit of delay, just to soften it. Yeah. I don't think this is Sibby Benjamin. I don't think this is.
Yeah, both vocals are really good, but I feel that hers is slightly more sharper and in your face, and because of that, it overwhelms his a little bit. I'd like to see them just evened out, but processed in a different way.
Yeah, Catastrophe's vocals fit perfectly with it. They sound like they're sat in the mix.
And he's got a bit of doubling on this. Can you hear there's a very, very slight doubling? Almost like a chorus.
Oh, it sounds like parallel processing. Might have been another take, 2 takes put together, double.
Yeah, but they're so perfect. I can't believe they are. I think it's the same one, and one's been just slightly shifted, slightly processed, and that works really well. And hers is so precise.
Go check out a bit there.
Yeah, they put a bit of reverb on it now, and it sounds better.
Yeah, it sounds. This is exactly that's what should have been going on.
Yeah, but I'd like to hear it thinner, almost as if it's in the distance slightly. Almost like you know that overdone one where it's like she's talking down a telephone. Like that, but not as heavy as that.
Yeah, but that's
but just that in the distance, you know, and thinner. So you've actually compressed the
1920s microphone sound.
Yeah,
kind of
that's
style.
it. Yeah, her voice would actually work really well with that 1920s sound because she's got that almost Ella Fitzgerald sound.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah.
I just think it would work well.
And I like that brassy sound.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Beautiful track.
Nicely ended, yeah.
Yeah, beautiful track.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I like that one.
Our criticism is tweaking.
Yeah, literally. Literally.
I just feel that his voice is softer and her voice was a little bit more strident and needed to be taken back in the mix slightly so it didn't... The first time her voice came in, it was like, oh, it was a bit of a shock. And I'd like to see it more distant. And I don't know what the processing is to do that, but it's almost like that 1920s thin sound, like a Ella Fitzgerald sound through a 1920s old style microphone. Yeah, which I think is just compressed fuck, so the actual sort of audio frequency is much narrower.
Okay, so I believe we like that track.
Yes.
I believe, yeah.
Yes, we did.
Okay, so Catastrophe once again putting in lovely tracks. I believe that was the Light who was doing the musical work on that one.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's really cool.
I believe
really cool.
Iaptus is in the building at the moment. I'll give you room in a 9 on that one, fellas, for that one. Like Lindsay says, a few little tweaks should be over a 9 comfortably, I think.
And again, those tweaks that could be released exactly as it is, and some people wouldn't even question it.
Yeah.
I'm gilding the lily here.
Basically, what happens is we're trying to fill air with talk as much as we can, so we're picking on like the tiniest little details just for little tweakings, you know.
Yeah, but sometimes we don't need to fill the air because the track is playing.
Well, I do. I have to talk constantly.
You have to talk constantly.
Okay, so I believe Iaptus is in the building, so we're going to play this. We are going to head off soon. It's almost 10:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, 5 past 10.
So by the time we finish, it's going to be 10:30, which is about right.
3:03.
A little bit of a jungle beat there going on.
I don't think those are 3 actually.
One love,
Was it?
we're together, united under one roof.
Yeah.
House,
No.
houses, it's one love
This is nice.
forever. One love, we're together.
Faithless.
Goldie.
Yeah, Faithless.
Goldie.
Exactly, yeah, Faithless. That's what I was
In the
thinking.
house,
It's that
the house is it's one love forever. One love.
It's called a pad, synth pad. It's a note. Rather than being a wow, it's just carries on. So you hold the notes and it just carries on. It's a pad.
One love.
I barely use pads in my creation of music.
It has its place.
Yeah, it really does.
The house is it's one love forever. One love.
Oh my gosh. Benjamin says, I want to see Lindsay and Mr. Wiggly. Doing? Can we elaborate on this a bit?
Yes, I wish to see a performance.
What performance are we looking for here?
What kind of a show are you
What performance can you put on?
I'm intrigued.
I have some ideas.
I'm gonna
Not safe for work.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say those ideas include chain, some big heavy galvanized metal of some sort. Yeah, and a grinder.
Oh, yeah. Some sparks going.
Corrugated iron.
Yes.
Um,
Commercially viable but missing me.
I was going to say this is probably the best thing I've heard from him.
Really?
Yeah.
Mr. Wiggly says, I'll get my lucky pants.
Oh.
No! What now, Dom?
Nobody say the word pants, please.
Literally, I was running that late that I was like, girls, if you don't want to see my penis, now is a good time to close your eyes and I'll go back to put my nappy on.
I mean, it's got a beautiful shuffle, which
Regardless of what I said,
literally, it's like dragging him back to earth every 5 minutes. But it's got that lovely shuffle. And it's now got what's going on? It's this beautiful little synth sound coming in.
And we've got a break from him. He usually never puts a break in his track,
that's
so
true.
I'm happy about that.
Yep.
However, you made us wait for it, fella.
That's okay. No, it built up nicely.
It didn't feel like it was dragging to no break though at all.
DJ Norman says, sounds big, it could do with a sub down the middle. Inky the Cat, honestly, the best track describer is Lindsay. I know. Alan Crawford, you're an absolute star. Thank you. I don't know how to pay it back though. Just saying, I chat about music every week doesn't feel like enough.
This is brilliant. This is beautifully euphoric. It's building. It's got enough variation in it. It's got lovely shuffle beats. This is a what's the word? It's bliss just washing over you type drum and bass track. Well, jungle drum and bass track.
Yeah, it almost feels like that kind of like sunshine where it just floats.
Yeah, that's it. And you're just sitting there with a head full of ecstasy going, oh my God, yes. I love everyone.
Yes, yeah. I didn't get on very well with that music.
Alright, look, this is lush. That's the word that describes this. This is a lush track.
I agree with somebody who said in the comments earlier that it needs a bass down the middle. It literally sounds like it's one frequent, like a tunnel.
Yeah, it does need something else.
Yeah, it sounds like there's something missing for me, and that's why it misses. Everything else is there. You're right. The track's good. The groove's good. The vocal sample over the top's good. The break was good. If a little long-winded. Go.
I'm not going to argue about the fact that if there was a thrum of bass underneath it, as long as it was separated in the audio spectrum well enough so that it didn't actually interfere with the rest of the track, it wouldn't go amiss.
Yeah.
But I didn't miss it.
Okay.
That was actually a euphoric, lifting, beautiful track that, I don't know, it just said sunny summer afternoon at a festival. With a head full of naughtiness.
Yes. Oh yeah. It's It actually did make me think of Sunny Days on Acid. You know, just kind of listening. To the music's kind of swirling a little bit. You know. Yeah. So you got to give him props for that. It just missed me by. There was something missing, but I feel like it would be really cruel to give you anything less than an 8 because these two loved it.
Yeah. It's definitely the. I mean, I've heard quite a lot from Iaptus, and I quite like a lot of his stuff. Yeah. But that really hit me. Yeah. I really liked it.
Yeah, you did well, fella, on that one. But literally, it sounded like it was in a tunnel. Like there was something missing. For me, anyway. But yeah, all put well together. And like Lindsay said,
I'm just trying to compare it with some of the other sort of euphoric liquid drum and bass that I've listened to, and some of it is almost deliberately lacking in the heavier bass notes because it doesn't need it. Music. No, it's summer afternoon music rather than evening music. Yeah.
Yeah.
That really.
And that's what I'm saying. It wouldn't go amiss if it had a bass track, but it also doesn't need one, in my opinion. You know.
Morgan, are you still in the building? Iaptus says thank you. A double thank you. So it carries more weight. As Marios just entered the building. Mr. Wiggly says, agree with Lindsay, amazing. I know, if only she could be here every week.
Yeah.
You know?
I just live too far away. And if I have a late day at work, there's no way I can get here and be of any use to anybody.
I know that feeling.
I'll just sit there going, yeah, that was alright. That was alright. Can we finish soon?
One week and literally I sat here and I just had wrong spoken and I was just like,
that's enough.
There's still an hour to go and I was like,
Whereas I finished work at 3 o'clock this afternoon, so I knew that I had plenty of time to get my head together and get over here.
In fact, Lindsay made this arrangement last week. She said, can I come to the URL tonight? I'm like, it's on a Wednesday this week. She's like, well, I'm definitely over next week.
Yeah.
Okay, booking you in right now.
Yeah, told my boss I want to finish early on Tuesday. And it worked out well. Got everything done.
No piano lifting today?
No piano lifting today.
It's a bonus.
It was quite a lot of furniture lifting, but none of it was particularly heavy. I've made the new rule. No pianos, no pool tables. That's what did my knee in, lifting a pool table.
not surprising.
It's just so
Carrying
heavy.
a pool table down the stairs.
Oh lord. Yeah, that'll do it.
I took a fucking 12-burner fucking oveny thing down 2 flights of stairs.
It's killing, isn't it?
It's because, right, we got a head chef in. I don't know why the fuck this head chef came in, but he came in above me, and I'm like, alright, okay, then. Well, you can do the stove, mate. He's like, yeah, I'll do the stove. Set the fucking thing on fire. Not just like a little bit, but the whole fucking... Yeah.
Meant to be on fire.
No. We're talking like, you know, the metal tray underneath it? Like, it was so sloppy, grease was going fucking everywhere. And the whole thing, and it's like, oh, foul. So we're all chucking salt on it, and fucking turning it off with the thing, chucking salt on it, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing? And then they were like, oh yeah, we gotta go and get one out of the place. I'm like, fucking pricks. Why did this tit come into my restaurant? Assume that anyway. I fucking hated that.
That was a bad day, wasn't it?
Well, it's just like, what makes you think this idiot who's never stepped in my fucking kitchen before is going to be able to run it better than I can after being here for 6 months? You fucking bet. I quit about 3 weeks later.
That's surprising.
Sorry, Morgan.
This is another one. Okay, completely different set, but it's got that same summer afternoon feel to it. And I like the fact that 30 seconds after the breakdown, he brought in a high-pitched synth, which just carried it. Yeah. And now it's got a little bit of funk going on. This is good.
Yeah, Morgan's come along in leaps and bounds in his musical creation. It's just lovely.
Sorry to have to drag it back to music again.
Yeah.
You should do that.
Well, I'm going to go off on a bit of a tangent because Marios Luca has just joined us.
God.
So you need to know that I'm in a nappy right now. And he says, just got back from hospital. One of my girls is in for a bit. Hopefully be out soon with mum. Sending you all the best wishes there, Marios. And I do hope that whatever it is passes pretty soon. No one likes being ill.
Emphasis has changed at the end.
It's lovely. It's just lovely. Everything where it needs to be, no clashes, moves along nicely, got good rhythm, got good groove, the mix and master sounds good. If it's had one, if it's not, then you're doing alright.
It's a sunny summer afternoon techno set.
Yeah.
Fits in
Bounces
beautifully.
along nicely.
Yeah, bounces along nicely.
Lots of people in bikinis, hands in the air,
Yeah,
that
just
kind of thing.
pleasant. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sunshine.
pleasant.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I'll give you a pleasant 808 on that one.
Yeah.
Morgan, your stuff is just getting better and better.
Yeah.
Like I say this every time you put a track in. You long-time lurker, 2-3 years long-time lurker.
Yeah.
Suddenly you started putting tracks in. First couple had so much promise, but like kind of, you know, things were fighting against each other. Now you've pulled that all out, and you're just giving us absolutely lovely
And your
track after
structure
track.
is really good.
Yeah.
Because the first third of the track was repeating the same elements, and it sort of got you into a nice sort of rhythm. Then you had the breakdown, and then after the breakdown you started putting in variations, which just livened it up, and it's exactly what you wanted. So it was the same thing, but there was these other elements going in, and then at the end you change the emphasis. So instead of the melody actually going on the beat, it changed so it was slightly off the beat, which made it more interesting. See?
Yeah.
Instead of it being starting at the start of the beat, it sort of started halfway through the bar.
Really subtle. Makes a big difference. Amazing.
Absolutely. It's all frequency. So if you move that frequency over, you know, your brain either likes it or doesn't. Yes, exactly. Frequencies, and it's all frequencies. Sound is literally just frequencies. Air moving at a...
I see it as moving phrases from here, where everything starts at the start of the bar, but you keep the actual rhythm structure going, but then you move the melodic phrase to the middle of the bar.
Yeah, yeah.
So instead of it going bum
Offset.
bum bum bum, it goes bum 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 bum. Do you know what I mean?
We had one off.
Emphasis changes to halfway through, and
when you put the emphasis on a word slightly differently, and it plays with your ear a bit when someone says
that's
something,
it.
but the emphasis is in a different place from where it would normally be.
and it keeps the interest.
Yeah.
Even though it was the same phrase, because it had been moved, it worked really well.
Just made your ear go, ooh, hello.
So even when Mark is rabbiting away, I'm still listening to the tracks.
Yeah, still paying attention. That's pretty impressive that it can keep your attention.
Anything that deal with the, you know.
What's going on in here?
Nothing. Don't worry, we're talking about you, not to you.
Yeah, I thought that was the case.
I haven't heard that phrase in a long
It's a bit of spacey but drum and bass. Drum and space. Ooh.
Hello.
Nasmaz. Yes, mate.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was an epic speech.
Had to.
Yeah, you have to really. Oh, that's lush.
They're probably getting doubling out. Listening to it, mate. Go away!
But I need attention. I need my dose of oxytocin.
It's worse than me. Movement 81. I'm glad you've just turned up, or not, or you've made yourself. No, don't worry. I'm not going to get my pants out again. But you are up next. Is what I was going to say. Honestly, I'm so sweaty.
Nice to know. Thanks for sharing.
Sharing is caring. But not in this case.
Rios says LTG book and beats. Absolutely. This is one of the nicer things that Nasmaz has put in. It's clean, it's crisp, it's got its own frequencies, it's going somewhere, it's doing something, rolling nicely, got pace. Have no criticisms yet, however, we're in the break. And sometimes they can go on a little bit. And like Lindsay pointed out earlier, they have to have a lead into what's coming next.
Which was a little bit weak there.
Well, I don't think we've got it yet. I think it's going to slowly introduce you. I think it's going to, and then pop. I think here's where it's going to pop. Could be wrong. Go on, bring it in big.
Yeah, no, that worked.
Didn't expect that, but it did work, kind of.
It also didn't look like where it was going to come in.
I know,
here.
it didn't look like it, did
At
it?
all,
But
at all. I was expecting. Weird. Darren Cole says, added, that man knows how to use the URL. I imagine that he's got the shout out list up on one page and he's got the URL on this page and he is bopping between the two and adding people. That's literally how it should be done. Also, tell your friends about us.
This is a man who knows how to use the angry elephant sounds. They're not overwhelming it. They're not really in your face. But just perfect. And there's variation in them.
And it's one of those tracks that hasn't got too many surprises in it, but it's nice. You know, you don't mind getting to the end of it. Darren Cole says, I do indeed. Dean Dr says, sick vibe. Dean, have you been in for a while? Do I need to introduce you to what's going on the show this evening? It's never gonna get old, this one. I'm gonna hammer this one home for about another month.
Nice thoughts, nice.
Puppies and kittens,
Fluffy clouds, smiles on babies' faces, la 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 la.
I try to imagine it's just not happening at all.
You disassociate, is it?
Yeah, I'm not here right now. I'm comfortable in my bed, smoking a joint, in my happy place. Just
And we'll
not
never
here.
have to hear the word
Nappy again. Nappy. Someone say nappy.
Oh, no.
Get to a point in my life now where it doesn't surprise me.
No,
Nothing surprises
nothing
me
surprises
anymore.
me.
Ever.
Right. Anyway.
That was lush.
Yeah, that was lush.
It's-
Thank you for bringing it back to a music show.
If I have a
Thank you
criticism
so
of it, the breakdown in the middle, when
Weird.
that beautiful
Yeah.
came back in,
Yeah.
the first time it came back in,
There was no need.
there was no need almost.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah.
could have left that out
Yeah.
and then brought it back
Agreed.
in with
Yeah, right.
the
Agreed.
angry elephant
Yeah.
sound.
And
Do you know what I mean?
Sort of here.
Because that was predictable.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the first
This-
time it just reappeared
Yeah.
with no warning, and it threw me a little bit. It was like, oh, is that the end of the break?
we back
But it
into
wasn't the
dancing.
end. Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that
But it hadn't fully kicked in.
but it hadn't fully kicked in, so I almost didn't need that to be brought back in, and it's
I think
difficult.
you could have if you'd made the later bit a bit more punchy.
Yes.
If it because it felt like he was trying to gently introduce you back into the break, rather.
Yeah.
And then it
rather
just
than
kind of
suddenly
fell
did.
back
But
into the track.
it didn't really kick hard
Yeah,
enough. That
yeah.
it was just like, so was that the break back there?
Yeah.
Or is it now?
Yeah.
Or-
What's going
I mean,
on?
at the end of the
one was
day,
it?
I'm a simple soul. I like a stutter to introduce. Yeah, so it goes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm so
Yeah,
basic.
yeah,
I'm so
yeah.
simple.
Yeah,
I
but
just
that's
like
what the
it.
dance floor wants. A lot of
Yeah.
people try and be really, really clever, and
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, look how I programmed this, and it's like, that's brilliant. It sounds amazing. It's really clever. Can you dance to it? And
Yeah.
can you be enticed to dance to it? Some tracks pull you into the
going.
dance floor, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I like this,
Yeah.
and oh, it's coming, and boom! You know, that's
Yeah.
what you want on the dance floor, which is something I struggle with the Beast, because it is hardware, and I've got to move it up to it. Sometimes I get it, and sometimes I miss it massively.
Yes.
You know, it's
Which happens.
Yeah.
But yes, so that's my only criticism. Is the second part of the breakdown when the beat came back was perfect, but that little bit in the middle just threw me a little bit
Yeah.
because I thought it was coming back and it wasn't coming back, and it didn't. It came back in with no warning at all,
Yeah.
and it would have thrown me on the dance floor.
Yeah.
Apart from that, it's lush.
That.
Yeah, what she said.
That, yeah, literally.
That's my new.
I
phrase.
agree.
Yeah, I agree. And,
I
and
agree.
what she said.
Okay, so movement 81, you are up next. You did a wonderful performance for Clown Fest last time round.
Oh, and it's still playing in my head, and that's always a good sign. If I
Well,
can
the drum
still
and
hear it-
bass.
If I can still hear it in the head.
That is because you grew up on the drum and bass.
Yes.
You're losing the control.
Okay, so we got some modular madness from a pair from I don't know where they're
10
from.
years ago.
Brilliant.
Time was some drum and bass.
Yeah.
Control.
That's it.
And weird stuff.
Yeah.
Ostrich tentacles and hawkwind and things like that.
You're losing the control. You're losing the control. You're losing the control.
Movement 81 says glad to be involved. Thank you for being involved.
Without you guys, I'd not much of a show. Just be him in his fucking nappy.
No!
You
Yeah,
said
I knew
it.
this was going to happen.
You said it. You said
That's why
it.
I'm just looking completely dead right at the camera right now. I'm not looking anywhere else. The noise is bad enough. It crinkles every time it takes
does.
It's very disturbing. It's like me.
It is
People's home.
Try being in it.
Don't point it like I'm going to look at you right now.
One.
It's not happening.
Tempted to say lick it.
It's not happening. Right off. You lick it. As if you could.
You're losing the control.
Seriously, I'm not. I don't want to pee. Like honestly, I will. Okay.
Seriously,
Well, like
that's why I brought you two cans.
we're coming up to the last 4 minutes of the show.
Yeah.
Well, you better fucking hurry up.
This, remember I was telling you earlier about a track that reminded me of Osric Tentacles and I could have felt more asleep to it. This
one?
is exactly the same genre as that.
Yeah.
It's another...
Yeah. Chill out. Lie
Yeah.
down.
And it's got the rhythm as well.
Yeah.
And sometimes you need that rhythm. You can't just fall asleep to ambient noises. You actually need something that reminds you of your mother's heartbeat when you're in the
Yeah,
womb.
yeah, yeah.
You're about to say heartbeat. It's that same.
For me, it's the TV just under audible level, so it's just kind of rolling in the background.
See that?
I mean, like, hold on.
You're losing
For me, it's sound of distant aeroplanes. That's the ambient sound that's listening. Because I lived near to Neverhaven, Parachute Regiment Base, and used to get, we have
live, people, but it's hard to piss your pants whilst being live on TV. I gave it a good go.
Now there's a sentence that I've never heard. There's been a few new ones. It's hard to piss your pants when you're live on TV.
It literally is.
It's like the lamest excuse ever.
You do it. Well, let's get you on. Here, have mine.
This wasn't my idea. This is your bright idea, so you got to see it through.
Well,
Clowny you.
I think we should end it there. There are so many 10 comments coming through here, most of them from Alan Crawford.
And so there you go. That was such a beautiful, evocative, relaxing track that it reminded me of childhood.
Oh my God.
Summer childhood.
Oh my God.
Listening, as I was saying to Carly, it reminded me of listening to an aeroplane circling up.
I did hear.
Do you know what I mean? That sort of distance. Sort of, yeah. And it's... it had an effect on me.
Yeah. For me, it was for some reason white cliffs with seagulls and you know, like.
I can see that image as well. Yeah.
Just and just like a drone, like you say, circling and spiraling as well. Just catching the birds and stuff, and so beautiful.
Spitfire at 20,000 feet.
We have different images.
That's the whole thing. You see, Spitfires don't make that sound unless they're at really low level. Okay. When they're at high level, it's just a beautiful sort of distant hum.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Shame, I wanted to go.
Unless the Merlins are in a Lancaster, and then all 4 Merlins are like 4 Spitfires flying together, and they're all at slightly different pace, so they go. Where you get the interference, the resonance. It's just lovely. I like engines, all right.
Lindsay,
someone's getting a bit too into this.
Lindsay used to build trikes back in the day, so she literally has a love of engines.
I like engines.
You built a fair few that have gone in magazines and gone off for sale and still around.
If you go to the London Motor Museum, you'll see one called Anubis, which is my penultimate trike, which is a V8.
And where is that?
London Motor Museum.
That's not bad, eh? Yeah, that's not bad, eh?
It's been on TV.
Oh, can we find this? Where is there video footage of it?
Yeah, it was. Oh God, I can't remember what the program was. It was the one where the London Motor Museum they were building a car every week.
Okay.
And oh God, I can't even remember the.
I shall try and dig this out for next week.
But it's in the theme tune at the start where they actually made the tune out of all these different exhaust notes. Do you know what I mean?
Clever.
That's Top Gear.
No.
That's
it's,
clever.
London Motor Museum. And at one point, there's like a 10-second shot of my trike with the engine running with all V8s. It's got eight separate exhausts going. Yeah. And I just because I didn't even know it was on TV. I was just sat there watching TV. That's my trike. Fuck.
So we're all agreed that the last track was beautiful.
It was beautiful and evocative, and it's the images that it sent inside my mind were just lovely.
Yeah, I believe Carly is feverishly away trying to find this of.
There's only 357 pictures to go through. It's fine.
Probably just putting in V8 trike London Motor Museum would be the way to do it.
Right.
I'm getting distracted by the cars right now.
I know there's so many of them there.
There's some beautiful cars.
Movement 8 is after movement 821. No, I think we should end it there. It's 1:30. I think we'll end it there. We're
not ending until you piss your pal.
I've tried. I tried literally through that. It's not very interesting for the viewers.
It's really not. Why don't you play another track?
Well, I'm going to play an outro.
An outro. There we go.
I think what I'm going to do.
Well, I just sit here with my head still full of imagery, which is lovely.
Good imagery rather than.
What I think.
Hang on, go back. There it is.
Do is play this as an outro.
That's beautiful.
I am going to leave you this evening with some more petrol whores. Right, so it has been lovely to chat crap this evening with you, sat in a nappy with Lindsay Mumford and Carly Delbridge. I want to thank the...
It was fun again. It's always fun.
Yeah, tonight was a banging show. It was fun. It was fucking banging.
It's just lovely music again. But for a change, because, sometimes we have shows where I actually feel quite exhausted by the end of it.
Yeah.
I've actually... The last few tracks have actually made me feel...
Yeah.
You know?
And then I put some
way to end. And then you push the
Yeah, that's fair enough. It's back up. Right. Gotta wake up again.
So yeah, a big round of applause for my co-hosts this evening who have been on for
Absolute pleasure as always.
This is why I like people who don't make music to come into the show and do this, so that they can give you their point of view from a dance floor point of view. And this is exactly what you've got for me to do this evening tonight. And Lindsay does know frequencies and how to make music, so that helps as well.
As I said, I know how to make music. I also know how to operate the machines.
Yeah,
I think I've sort of got to the point where my brain is now atrophied, where I just can't learn anything new.
Old dogs and new tricks, is it? Yeah, I totally understand that.
As I said, I think I'm just going to go back to drumming, because that's where I started.
I'm totally looking for a drum work as well. So
I just couldn't commit myself to,
practice. That's the problem.
My life is hectic enough as it is.
This is correct. So I want to thank the producers that put all the music in tonight, because without them there is no show. And I want to thank everybody in the chat comment tonight who have been on fucking fire. I wish I could have read out I only read like 5% of the comments out, but
Yeah, we really do get overwhelmed with comments, but that's fine because the people who are actually typing the comments are also reading the comments, and it's just a never-ending sort of comedy show.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
And support as well for everybody who puts in a track, because as I said at the very start, we're not here to judge. No. We're just a platform for everybody to show their music, and then for you lot to actually, what's the word? Suggest and find it,
show people. These guys are good.
Spread the word. Spread the word.
Okay, so I'm going to leave you with a bit of Petrol Horse. You will catch us, or certainly me, here next week for the part 2. Is it that one? Yeah. Right. I'll see you next week. Catch you later. This is Petrol Horse.
It's your job to make this fun. Don't be scared, don't be shy. Stand in there, stop terrified. Look me in the eye when you sing in the face. Stop staring at the floor when you're showing at me. Look me in the eye when you sing in the face. Stop getting in the space when you're trying at me. Look me in the eye when you sing in the face. Stop staring at the floor when you're showing at me. Look me in the eye when you sing in the face. Stop getting in the space when you're trying at me.
You should never talk in between your songs unless you're a professional comedian. It will always go wrong, cause no one gives a fuck about your mountain jokes. None of us will get it. Your nervous lack of eye contact makes you look pathetic.
Toilets everywhere. We live in a toilet world. Toilets make me happy. They are super great. I drop my pants and sit on one when I need to get the gate.
I need you to do something for me. In your local supermarket, there will be an aisle where they keep the cold meats. Go there and find one of those processed meat sausages as long as your forearm. Once you have the sausage, you must grasp it between your thighs so it remains there unaided by your human hands. Next, take half a brick in each hand and rest them on the sides of the sausage. The final vital step is to press them together, stroke the sausage with them, and witness the destruction that unfolds. Once you have done this, you will finally understand my pain.